turns out. Yes, CPR. He did really good. Went through lessons, taught that properly, but I haven't done it for a few years. So I'm probably due to get my stuff redone again. Looks like we're officially streaming. Yeah, we're on. So, g'day, a couple of guys out there. Good to see you. I did see Blue put up his new video too. Where he took that stuff from Bev. And I'm just trying to find my running sheet. I'm a little bit disorganized tonight. Okay, running sheet. What's today's date? 19th of the 7th. There it is. There we go. So Blue had, I thought he might have been here, but that's okay. We played a bit of it last time anyway. But he's actually made that video. I don't know if you saw it. Let me switch things around so you can see it. We need to go into Chrome. And I need to change Chrome to look at blue. There we go. Switch that over to there. And I can turn this on here so you can see in the channel. OBS camera. Oh, start video. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I thought Blue changed this up a little bit from what he was talking about before. You can hear that okay?
Hello, everybody. You want to hear the cries of a butthurt YouTuber? Well, stick around. This is going to get funny.
I think we just get away with the get over and done with the Blue Marble slander. Obviously, the Blue Marble slander channel. Blue Marble slander over, obviously, on the Blue Marble slander channel. Blue Marble slander channel.
Yeah.
Biff says things like, well, let's let him say it.
Level is horizontal.
But then when we show him a definition of level and horizontal from a surveying textbook like this one by Davis, Foote, and Kelly, Bev claims he's being slandered. It's not our fault, Bev. Surveying textbook is correct. The elevation of a point near the surface of the Earth is its vertical distance above or below an arbitrarily assumed level surface or curved surface. But a horizontal line in surveying is taken as a straight tangent to a level surface. They even give us a picture of it, Bev, and we've shown you this time and time again. There's the horizontal straight line. There's the level curved line. So I really fail to see how you're being slandered. We're just showing you that you're wrong.
You'll notice all of this slander that these guys do, they never state what the lie is. We're called on the level. If these guys could come up with the lie, then it wouldn't be slander, but this is just blatant slander.
Oh, that's all you need. Okay, let's see about this one. Yeah, it's a massive lie. It's meant to be the result of the fake ball Earth's spin. The thing is, there is no movement and the Earth is flat. The very next day. I've told you many times, I understand perfectly well it's not there. There is no bulge. The seawater is flat and level. One level, they call it sea level. Levels don't curve. Earth is flat. But a couple of years later, I've never said the Earth is flat. You want to lie? There's one.
Blue Marble Slander Channel. Just blatant slander. Nobody ever states anything. Because I do not give a shit about the shape of the earth. Never have, never will. There is nothing I post that is pro flat earth. Slander. Blue Marble Slander. That's why it's called the Blue Marble Slander Channel. Yeah, they've got nothing better to do with their time than to just slander shit. They're all too shit scared and too busy slandering people. I don't give a shit about the YouTuber Blue Marble Science. I also care about the slander
That's the one I
that
get.
these Blue Marble scientists are doing at the minute. This is how they perform their Blue Marble scientific method, by just slandering people.
Well, if you want to talk about slander, Bev, let's talk about how many times you have accused Larry Scott or Jesse Kozlowski or the Maine surveyor of not being surveyors, when you know full well that you can look up their licenses as registered professional land surveyors on the internet. And then you tell idiotic lies like the Maine surveyor may or may not live in Maine. Really, Bev? Do you think anybody goes out of their way to claim residence in Maine that doesn't actually live there? So if you're concerned about slander, Bev, maybe you need to stop doing it.
G'day Blue, how you going? Just watching your new video.
And they allow people to come on just to gather together to have a group slander effort.
Nice catch, Percy.
Hey, SpongeBob! You gotta try this, dude! We finally got enough people for a 7-mile spanking machine! Ouch! 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 Ouch!
Next.
I've been learning exactly how to piss people off and annoy people that are obsessed about the shape of the earth. Blue Marble Slander Channel decided that he didn't give a shit, just to allow everybody to go over and slander. This is proper slander. Blue Marble Science allows this man to go on his channel just to slander people. That's Blue Marble Science. And what he does, he allows the slandering of other people. Yeah, that silence is from Blue Marble Slander Channel. So,
Yep.
Blue Marble Science, you're just fucking wrong, mate. And your slandering isn't going to help you. Blue Marble Slander. And we definitely don't listen to the slanderers that say
Don't you?
that they are lies without stating what
Don't
the
you?
lie is.
Level is horizontal is just a lie. That's you, your auto level, and Blackpool Tower. The crosshair should be where the red line is, not 100 feet above sea level at Blackpool like your auto level is showing.
Just to go round saying that somebody slandering people and say that they're liars without naming what the lie is. Yeah,
I think
Blue
it's-
Marble Slanders.
Done that a fair few times.
These are the geniuses, the guys that have just slandered everybody, the guys that say, if you say or you claim that level is horizontal, then you have to think a certain way. Blue Marble Science did a live stream and ended up allowing people to slander people, namely me. How many other Blue Marble Slander channels, how many other people like that are there out there that just slander people? This is YouTube channels slandering other
Suggested
people.
that you have a shot
Does he
every
need
time you
content?
said
Is it
slander.
in
Right.
his
he'd be
manifesto or
dead.
something that slandering other people is a necessity?
Are you trying to get a rise out of me?
Like I say, don't give a shit about the shape of the earth. And what I have learned is that they're slanderous. It turns people into horrible slanderers, and they're integrating this slanderous behavior to make the argument that they don't have. Like I told him the other week, I do not give a shit about the old guy, the boomer.
What the fuck did you call me?
That runs the Blue Marble Science YouTube channel. He's got no argument. He never has. He just takes the names of other people and has built a channel around slandering people.
Well, there you have it, folks. 40 claims of slandering, all taken from one 20-minute segment of a live stream. That's pretty impressive. Hey, I hope that backside gets better, Bev. You might try sleeping on your tummy. That might help. See you guys on the next one.
That's all, folks.
How
I
you,
don't
Blue?
think he's very happy about it.
Oh, that was funny.
He's a bit of a hopeless case, isn't he? Oh, dear. I just love I'm not paying any attention to your channel and what you say. He's,
Yeah.
yeah, right. What's the
Yeah, I
evidence
don't
of that?
care what he says. I refuse to spend more than 3 hours a day talking about that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We won't listen to what they say, but let's just look over and see what's in the live channel. And then spend several weeks talking about it. He is... yes, I'm sure if you'd stopped, he'd have nothing to talk about for a good while.
He apparently upset him to the extent that he didn't do a show yesterday.
Oh, dear.
Maybe he's realising he can't keep doing it on you. Oh, dear. Hide self you. Getting a bit of a feedback there. Did you watch any of Toon's thing today, Blue? I was going to put a little bit of that on. So I didn't get to watch
No,
much
I
of that.
didn't.
I didn't get to watch much of it. I think I might speed it up. It sounded a bit slow. Although, I got something for you. This is something I caught, and I cannot work out what this guy thinks this shot. And only 10 seconds. So, let's put it on. Hang on a sec. So, this apparently 10 seconds destroys the globe, right? And I'm thinking,
Really?
what the...
I wonder how it does that.
I had to watch it quite a few times. And I'm trying to work out... I mean, yeah, I may not count the curve of the orbit because it's probably a GoPro, but the sun shining, I couldn't work it out. And I thought, I even asked Brian Mabbott as a flat Earth expert and someone not biased by globe bias, and he couldn't work out what the guy was talking about either. So, yes, I couldn't get that one. What do you expect, I suppose, from a flat earther? Lost me. Anyway, let's see if I can find Mr. Toon. So this guy Toon had on. Excuse me, I'll pause that for a sec. Apparently hasn't spoken to many globers. Well, what did he call? Well, he used a fairly derogative term for globe believers, but I'll let him say that. I'll skip the. I think about there he comes in. transition over here. Oh, there you go. Please.
On the other two hides. Oh, that was such. Oh,
Speed up for a bit. Hang on.
oh my
There it
God.
is.
That is. Did you get that, Iggy?
How many belts?
I'll read that again. The squaw of the hippopotamus is equal to the sons of the squaws on the other two hides.
Nice. Sounds good to me.
I don't think you got that.
I don't think so either.
Nope. Very, very good, Lord Loomis Pooh. I did get it. So, all right.
Okay, let's slow down a bit.
Janish says GPS has problems around 180 degrees longitude when 32-bit precision is used. Okay, well that, I suppose, I don't know anything about that, but that could make sense. 180 degrees longitude. Where's that, Iggy? Do you know where 180 degrees longitude is?
South America, I'd say.
Not as such.
He doesn't know what the international dateline is, does he?
No,
Australia. Okay.
not close.
You're gonna. It's
Oh,
gonna be hard.
180, yeah.
180 degrees longitude.
Maybe Beijing.
That would That would be a line from the North Pole to the South Pole.
Well, that's for me, I mean.
Going between Alaska and Russia, and then down through the North Pacific and South Pacific.
I don't know where the actual 180 mark is that they say.
There it is. All right, Chris Fun said I missed something. Hold on. Let me roll back. For some reason, I always miss his. Chris Fun says it's okay. Triple Croquet. You don't have to have a membership to be a Chris Fun. Keep saying.
I hope there isn't.
Yeah, there is no Temple of Tune. All right. Well, that took 41 minutes. But you're here.
Yeah, I never had that problem before. Sorry about that.
Yeah. All right. So, well, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we can get to your list.
All right, I'm a doctor of many hats, and no problem at all with investigation as far as the classical definition of PhD assholes. So I really don't have a formal higher education, and I'm rather proud of that, and I've proven that it's useless. And I've gotten into Flat Earth about 7 years ago, and pretty much mostly just comments, because I really haven't found it useful to talk to any ball suckers, so just kind of depends on who it is and how it goes. But otherwise, I'm hoping to debunk the ball tonight pretty well. And,
all right, so 2016 was your introduction then, so you watched all of Eric DeBay's 200 videos.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with it, but he definitely does a lot of repeating, and doesn't expound on certain things nearly enough, and doesn't give them importance either.
All right. So, all right. Well, I have your list here.
All right, cool.
Right there on screen. So
Wonderful.
and you let's see. You were, let me grab this one here. You were talking about, we'd go with number 1. Oop, here you go. Got too big too fast. So there you go. I'll read it and then you can go off on it. You said no representation in any night sky that you can see stars of our orbiting anything 67 times faster than our alleged painfully slow spin. We have only one motion in the night sky instead of at least 3.
Correct.
You want to expand on that? And then,
we have nothing in the sky except for just as slow as the sun and moon, and it's only one direction, and it's not at all representing orbiting anything. And that's a fact of nature.
all right. So I take it that you took the globe model and you did the analysis, and that the analysis that you did disagrees with observations.
Absolutely, yep.
All right. So could we see the analysis you did?
I went outside and looked up.
Yeah, but you applied the globe model, right? That's what you did, right? So what does the globe model say should happen to the stars in the night?
They should whoosh.
Yeah. So what I'm asking
All
is,
night long.
could you
And
just
they whoosh.
present like the analysis that you did, where you took the globe model and
I went with what NASA and astronomy says, and they say we spin at 1,037 miles per hour and almost 67,000 miles an hour around the sun. And of course, that has to be day and night. We don't have any reference during the day because the sunlight is too bright to block any kind of view for any kind of frame of reference. And nighttime is our only chance to prove or disprove the so-called science that we've been fed, and it's not there.
All right, and so what, according to the globe, then what should the stars look like at night then? And so and cite your sources.
The only thing I can cite is Star Trail's time lapse would only be about 1 minute long, and you would have either a giant frown or a giant smile, depending on which way you're facing, but you would never have circular star trails.
Okay, yeah, just present the analysis of that then. You can share your screen. I'll stop sharing mine so you can share the analysis. Share the analysis that you did of the application of the globe model, showing how quickly the stars should move according to the globe model.
The globe model doesn't have any such reference material.
Okay, but you said you applied the globe model, and that you said, quote, they should whoosh. So how did you get to the point? What numbers did you get from NASA? You said you went to NASA. What numbers did you get from NASA about the position of the sun, the position of the Earth, the position of the stars that led you to the conclusion that they should whoosh?
Well, simply the fact that they say that we orbit the sun in a fairly circular pattern, day and night, all year round, forever, essentially.
Yes.
And so I looked up, and no, it's not a depiction in the sky whatsoever of that. Only our claimed spin is represented in the sky of very,
Only
very,
thing
very slow.
whooshing around Iggy are cheeseburgers headed at his mouth.
It's not very let's just say there's not a lot of applied thinking in it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
We should have both movements, and we don't even have those two. We only have just one.
And but what I'm asking, how did you test the actual claim on whether and how much of the second movement that you're talking about at nighttime, what should we see according to the globe?
Well, I know what a factor of 10 is between driving my car or riding a bicycle or walking or running. And a factor of 10-fold is definitely noticeable, but a factor of 67 would have
Apparently. Maybe it's a stationary bicycle, so it doesn't fall off. I don't know.
to be incredible and unmistakable.
But in relation to what?
In relation to what we do have.
Yeah, but the factor of 67 that you're talking about, what is that in relation to?
That's in relation to our supposed spin that we see represented in the sky.
Spin? Do you mean our daily orbit? Or sorry, our daily rotation.
Our daily rotation.
Yeah, our daily rotation is once a day, so yeah, it's rather slow. 15 degrees an hour. It's our RPM is very, very small.
Correct.
So what is the how many degrees per hour or per day should, according to the globe, does the Earth orbit the sun?
There is no material on that. No,
well, there is.
Not that I've seen or come across. That's why I don't know what you're asking.
In 7 years, you didn't find any of that? Okay, well, I'll
What do you reckon of his research skills there?
I'll make it. It takes.
I think you couldn't, take 10 seconds to type in how does the orbit work of the Earth around the sun or something like that, you think? Maybe?
It's 360.
Yeah. You don't suppose this is actually SE Montreal without the fake Canadian accent, do you?
Don't know. Maybe. He doesn't have the drawl. He's not. Doesn't have the style, so probably not.
Oh, he doesn't have the accent. I know that, but
yeah,
it's about the same level of stupid that you get out of SE. So
I think it's the sort of level saying, "Yeah, I've done the research," and it's sort of like, what research did you do? You haven't done any.
In a quarter days for the Earth to orbit the sun.
Correct.
So let's round down to 360 just for a little rough estimate here. And it takes an entire year for that, right? So that's 1 degree per day.
Okay.
So is 1 degree per day a whoosh?
No, it is not.
Okay, because 15 degrees an hour is certainly not a whoosh. So this is significantly less than 15 degrees an hour. This is 1 degree per day. So that's not a whoosh. So I'm wondering where you got this whoosh idea from.
Well, you have to also look at the size of our travel.
Yes.
And that is rather enormous. I don't have the figure in front of me, but we're talking about 1 degree being quite large.
You mean the linear distance being a large amount.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. So that would be very noticeable.
Sure. And how would you notice this linear distance movement?
By simply there just being a second motion in the sky.
Yeah, and how would you measure that then?
Just take it in relation to the movement that we do have in the sky.
Yeah, but in relation to what? What would you use as a point of reference to measure this very large amount of linear movement throughout a day?
I'd have to say I don't know. There isn't anything that we would be able to.
So no whoosh. You actually didn't
No, there
measure
would
any.
still be a whoosh.
How?
There would have to be a whoosh.
Where? How are you going to
The
notice
stars
this?
in the sky would have to.
Oh,
be
the
7 times
stars. The stars are your reference. Okay, so
Yes.
let's to be clear here.
I
Here's
didn't
the
realize you were asking something
yeah.
that's
All right,
simple.
so
I'm sorry.
here's the Earth, and here's a full day of rotation. Right, there's one. All right, so now we have this is an entire year. I'm not going to spin it 365 and a quarter times, but this is an entire year of motion. Right, but I went significantly too fast. Right, so this is in real time how fast it goes. I'm actually moving it a little too much. Do you see that?
Yes.
Right.
That's
That's how
wrong.
fast in real time the Earth orbits the sun.
Wrong.
No, that's
Very
completely correct. Because this is about where the sun is in my little scale, right? So that's real time how fast it goes.
That's very incorrect.
Oh, how fast should it move? It takes an
Well,
entire year. It
let's
takes
just
an
say
entire
we're-
year to do this. This is an
Well, let's just-
entire year. So now this is real time.
Wrong. If we're going 360 million miles around the sun, we have to cover that million miles every night, or
Yeah.
half
Yeah, and-
of that.
Yeah, and like I said,
500 million miles.
how did you
500,000.
measure that?
Just by relation of what we have happening in the sky.
Yeah,
And the
just give the
stars.
details of how you measured that.
I don't have the details of measuring that because I can't
The
measure it,
bit Earth is.
and NASA has not measured it.
Well, NASA has certainly. I mean, people with
No, they have
telescopes
not.
have. Yeah, people with
No.
telescopes have. Yeah.
Absolutely not. We wouldn't have the ball model if they did,
Why?
because it doesn't represent the sky. Does not represent what they tell us.
That's what you're saying, but I'm still waiting for your actual application of the analysis. You made all these claims
Well, I
and
don't
have
know
exactly
what you
zero, absolutely zero application of your claims. All you've said is it should whoosh, but I'm asking you to quantify this whooshing, and you can't quantify it.
mean. No, I
You
can't
can't.
quantify it.
You cannot specify how you'd measure the actual movement through the night. You don't know how that. You don't know how to even do that. You come to this with
That is
absolutely
incorrect.
nothing.
That is incorrect.
Then give me the specific details of how you would definitely measure this velocity, this tangential velocity through our orbit. How would you do that?
The only thing that NASA has provided, or even astronomy or cosmology, is that our 15 degrees per hour is represented in our sky. That is the only thing that can be confirmed and can be.
Okay,
measured.
I'm not asking.
I have-
I'm not asking
I
how
have
somebody
done
else did it. I'm asking how you
But
did
I
it.
have done that.
You made a very specific claim, and I'm just asking you to back up your claim.
Right, and I have done that and confirmed that.
How?
The 15 degrees per hour.
Yeah, the 15 degrees, sir, super.
Right.
Now, but
And
now
that's
you're
the
talking
only
about
thing in
the
the sky.
orbit. You're talking about the orbit. So how did you
Right.
measure? How did you? I mean, first of all, you haven't yet been able to quantify how this whoosh that you say would actually exhibit itself. How would we look up at night's time and look at the sky and see and measure what you're saying you think should happen?
Well, we would have our same stars. Star trails would only be a partial smile or frown,
Why?
only because of the overriding second motion,
Why?
because it would actually exist and it does not.
No.
exist.
I don't. You
Because
skipped ahead.
We're covering 500,000 miles every night.
Yeah, and so how would that look? Now, let me just say, I'm looking out over Lake of the Ozarks here, right?
Yep.
And really far away is a water tower. Now, I remember as a kid sitting in the car and seeing the water tower off in the distance, right? Way off, and you just barely see the water tower. And you look at it, oh, that's hardly moving at all. And then looking at the fence posts right next to us, and they're whooshing because they're close.
Right.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Right, close, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Far, not even moving. Like you,
Right,
you
but
could you
why-
could watch this water tower until you got bored watching it, and it wouldn't move at all, right? So how do you think these far things away are supposed to whoosh? How much should they move in a night if they're far away?
No, they should probably. We should probably go through the entire zodiac, just about. Well, I
In-
can't
in
say
a-
that. That
in
would
a-
be
in a
that'd be
day?
incorrect.
It should take a full
possibly, yeah.
year. It should take a full year, actually.
Well, for the zodiac, that's why I was saying
Yes.
that's probably not correct.
Full year for the zodiac because
Do you think this sort of logical thinking is not his deal? That we present this? And you
I
come up
think
with this?
no.
It was like the Okay, this takes a year to go around my finger. So, okay, obviously it's slow. No, that's right, because it's travelling at this speed. But it's going to take a year to go. No, can't. No, beyond him.
As the Earth takes an entire... Oh, I topped off. Hold on. I got a little extra tune shine in here. I gotta clean up. Hold on.
All right.
There we go. All right. I don't want to get that all over the place here. All right. So you've got... This is nighttime, right? Let's say that this is nighttime. Here's the sun again, right? And so here we are, and it's rotating, and it's going around. And then when it's over here, now nighttime is facing away, right? It took a whole year, or sorry, half a year. And then nighttime is pointing away, and it comes around here again, and then it comes around, and then nighttime's facing away again. Let me get it right. So that's what happens on the globe. This is the actual globe model, right? So if you're going to apply the globe model, you have to actually use the globe model. You can't just have this kind of vague idea of it that's wrong.
Well, I am using the globe model.
You have to use the correct globe model, not the wrong one. So the correct globe model is that the Earth takes a full year to go all the way around, and so the zodiac takes an entire year to go all the way around as well.
Do the stars change their distance because we orbit?
Do the stars change their distance?
Because we orbit?
Certainly they do change their
they
distance. But just like that far, far away water tower, it doesn't change in relation to us very much.
We have those stars in our galaxy, supposedly.
Yep.
That are supposed to be very close to us in reference to anything else.
Yeah. We see with our
orbit
bare
has slowed
eyes.
them down.
Yeah, with our bare eyes, we see, if I remember correctly, about 6,000 light years is the most we can see with our bare eyes.
Right, and you would tell me that would slow down because we're orbiting a tremendously large circle covering 500,000 miles at night, and only our spin moves the stars, nothing else.
Well, certainly other things do, and they've been measured, but they're smaller than you're going to see in one evening. But
Incorrect.
Oh, well, then show your evidence.
The evidence is that there's only one motion in the sky.
No, I'm sorry. You said that I was wrong about the globe model. Go ahead. Present your...
We must
I'm
have
wrong.
multiple
I'm
motions.
wrong about the globe model? You think
Yes.
you know more than me about the globe model?
Way more.
You clearly don't know anything about the globe model. You don't know... You can't even sum vectors.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. It totally does. If you can't sum
Okay.
vectors, you don't have...
Well-
You're not even in first grade of understanding the globe. If you
Incorrect,
can't
sir.
sum vectors. Incorrect. That doesn't cut
Do
it. It doesn't cut it.
Do the trees beside the road move faster when you speed up your car, or do they slow down also if you start turning?
If you start turning, well, it's all about the relative speed between you and the trees, whether you're turning or not.
Our stars, though, even though our distance is changing,
Yeah.
if we
By what
orbit-
percentage? By what percentage is the distance to the stars changing?
Nothing. It's maybe 1% at the absolute most.
No, it's not.
And
Not even close to 1%. Wait. Less than 1%.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
Yeah.
That's at the
So
most.
so that's the globe. That's the prediction of the globe. Is that the stars that we see at night are so far away that the distance changes between us and them are so slight that you don't see them. That we can't perceive them with our eyes. That's the prediction of the globe model, and that is what we see at night.
But you're going to tell me that only our spin moves the stars? Our orbit could never do that, even though they're the same stars at the same distance.
Do you know what parallax is?
I have heard of it.
Yeah, excellent.
I have
You've
not
heard
seen it demonstrated correctly or accurately or even completely.
You've not. Oh well. I thought you knew more than
Especially
me.
Red's rhetoric.
Apparently, you don't know more than me. But all right, let's see here. What about Red's rhetoric?
I've seen how horribly he botches it up, but that's about it.
Parallax.
Seen explanations of it from NASA and other YouTube channels, but when you're talking about 99.9990072, etc., as your difference, I still haven't seen anybody apply it to the sun even.
Apply parallax to the sun?
Nobody does.
He's fun, eh?
My goodness, Iggy. No. Parallax is not an article of clothing, son.
G'day, Matt. How are you?
Hey, hi. This guy talking about Dunning-Kruger. Wow. Jesus.
Was he? What?
I think he would if he had entered. Sorry, Blue. Go ahead.
Soon went over to the extra stupid barrel to find this guy.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, I think if he'd been entered in Dunning-Kruger for last year, he would have won it hands down. He's just like so confident with his bullshit, isn't he? He really is. so confident.
I just love the complete lack of, critical, being able to go from one thought to another.
Yeah, totally, completely.
Stunt double for Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. He's dumb and dumber. He's both of them.
Yeah.
Does it with their solstice or with their equinox readings on the ball side.
All right. Well, today's your lucky day. You're going to see a measurement of parallax. There you go. So here it is. Parallaxes of 23 stars determined from plates taken with the McCormick 26-inch refractor. So refractor is a telescope. What's the difference between a refractor telescope and a reflecting telescope?
Yeah,
For the audience.
Sure.
I mean, you know more than I do. So just tell the audience, since you know more than me.
Refractor is more expensive.
No, you don't know the difference between a refractor and a reflector telescope?
No.
Okay, well, not too bad. One of the drawbacks of a reflector telescope is you cannot see space vampires.
Do you know the difference between a turbo and a supercharger?
That has nothing to do with this conversation,
Oh,
does
it
it?
doesn't have anything to do with this conversation either.
All right. So let's see here. But it does, though, because, yeah.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about whatsoever. You're not changing the distance of the stars at all. And yet you're telling me that they would slow down, that we wouldn't notice them, that only one motion in the sky would ever be perceptible.
But that's wrong.
Ridiculous.
But that's exactly wrong, because we do see.
That is wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's wrong.
Definitely do see and measure parallax. So I'm let's see. Did it?
Oh, parallax has nothing to do with speed or spin of an orbit.
It absolutely has position. Yeah, it's about position.
That's triangulation. That's all.
There we go. All right. So.
I don't think he's got any chance.
All right, so here is the actual publication. Parallaxes of 23 stars determined from plates taken with a McCormick 26-inch refractor. So 23 stars have had their parallax measured right here. So definitely people have measured the parallax, which would be the result of the Earth moving in orbit around the sun. So there you go. So your claim of what was your claim here? We got. I want to make sure I get it correct here. You said no representation in any night sky that you see of our orbiting 63 times faster than our alleged painfully slow spin, right? And so there it is. Definitely measurements of parallax. Now, that's not it. That's not it. I'm going to.
And that's taken every night from the same spot. And
yeah, that's actually 6 months apart. Typically, is what they do.
Okay.
So
that doesn't make sense. But
it makes perfect sense if you knew.
You would have to do it every night.
But if you knew what the globe model was, you would understand that makes perfect sense. All right, so now let me show you this one here. So here is, we've got aberration. Do you know what aberration is? I tell you what, why don't you, since you know more about the globe model, why don't you explain aberration to the audience?
I don't know.
So you don't know more about the globe model than me then?
You can claim so, but
why would you say that if you don't know what aberration is? How could you possibly think that you know more about the globe than me?
Because we're talking about a very simple thing. You keep going off on tangents rather than
holding
yourself responsible.
This is very specifically addressing your claim that no representation in any night sky that you can see of our orbiting anything 67 times faster than our alleged painfully slow spin. So here we are. Back to aberration. Aberration is yet another measurement of our motion around the sun. But you don't know anything about it. So
because it doesn't have anything to do with anything.
It is very specifically and directly addressing your first point. This is dead down the middle, addressing your first point.
So you're telling me if you drive all week to cross the country, you're going to see the same mountains that you started seeing on the East Coast.
Oh,
when you get to the West Coast.
That's a sloppy analog, and we've moved on to aberration, a different topic, which you know absolutely nothing about. And why would you say that you know more about the globe model than me if you don't know anything about aberration, and I know something about aberration? That's really weird there, Iggy.
Because you're ignoring the obvious.
What obvious?
The obvious that we only have one motion in the sky, not two.
So you've said and provided zero measurements for. And provided... No, you didn't. Where?
If we're moving 500,000 miles every night, that must make a large impact on
how large.
Stars.
So no measurements.
Quantify this large impact you speak of.
67 times faster in the
Okay.
sky.
And how would we see that in the sky? Quantify
The
that,
stars
please.
would whoosh.
How? How much?
Stars would whoosh.
How much? Quantify that. How much would they move every night?
One star would move from one horizon to the other in a matter of 1 minute at the very most.
Okay, and show your math on that.
I don't have the math on that.
Then you
I'm
did
just
no
giving you
analysis
a-
of it. It
I'm
seems
giving you-
like you don't have the
I
first
have
idea
math.
about it. You don't
I have
have
math.
any idea how the actual globe model works. This
No
is not how
measurements,
you would
no
actually
math.
do the actual math. This is just you guessing at things without really having a good understanding of what's going on.
How come star trails only have one path?
Because that's the prediction of the globe model.
Why is it circular?
Because that's the prediction of the globe model.
It's where the globe model does not work.
No, so you've said, but not actually provided the analysis of it.
There must be two motions.
There are.
Minimum.
There
Minimum.
are. There are.
There
And
are.
I showed, and I'll show you right here. Here again,
You're not showing
aberration.
any motions.
Aberration is a measurement, a direct measurement of the orbit of the Earth around the sun.
That's looking at the same star 6 months later. That has
No,
nothing
this.
to do with.
No, I'm sorry. That was
No, it's
parallax.
That's parallax.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Which,
Wait,
if you
what?
understood the globe model, you would definitely understand that parallax definitely.
No, you said parallax uses aberration.
No, it did not.
Yes, you said.
No, it
You
didn't.
said 6 months later for the
I
shift.
said.
No.
I said.
Figure
Oh my
out their
gosh,
parallax measurement.
you are so confused. All right, here, let's go back. Here's
Well.
Oh, dude.
here's parallax. Parallax is taken typically about 6 months apart, where you see a shift in the star's position relative to the.
Aberration.
No, parallax.
Yes, aberration is shift.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh,
what the definition
God.
that you just put on screen says.
Oh my gosh.
Does it not?
You're so completely ignorant. And you
You're the
shouldn't
one
know
who
stuff.
said.
He's so
Exactly
confused, isn't he? So confused.
No, let me back it up again for you. Parallax is the apparent position shift of near stars in relation to far stars.
Okay, let's stop there. Now bring up the definition of aberration again.
I never showed you the definition of aberration.
Oh, you use an explanation or whatever it was.
I have this page here you're talking about?
Yeah, does that not say in the fourth line, the shift is equal to the ratio?
Yes,
As
this
in,
is a
the shift
different.
at the first line
This is a
is the shift
different.
of the position of
Yes.
stars.
Aberration is a different shift.
A different
You don't,
shift.
but you don't know what aberration is, so you don't get to tell me what aberration is.
No, you brought up aberration
Okay.
right after you were trying to explain parallax.
Yeah. So parallax. Back to parallax. Parallax is
Telling me that parallax is based on shift in 6 months.
Yep, they're both a shift. Yep,
Okay, so I didn't understand that they are two different shifts.
I believe you. You didn't understand. So parallax again is a shift in the position of near stars in relation to far stars.
Okay,
Right. Taken 6 months apart because Earth's orbit, the Earth is on two separate sides. Right here to here, the Earth has moved a certain distance across there, and if to confirm the actual orbit of the sun, orbit of the Earth around the sun, parallax is one way. And so here it is, parallax of 23 stars determined from plates taken with a McCormick 26-inch refractor.
and that star should be on the other side of the sun, is what you're saying.
No, it should be slightly shifted in relation to a background star. And the amount of shift that you see in parallax is based on how far away that star is from us. Right? That's parallax.
But then those stars have to line up to each other.
And they do.
In 6 months, that first
Yes.
star that you're measuring against to the other star
Yes.
is on the other side of the sun.
No.
No.
That's what you're saying it is.
No. Oh my gosh.
You're saying 6 months later, when we're on the other side of the sun, we're taking a measurement again based on the shift
Yeah?
between those two stars again.
No. You
Yeah.
can't
Wouldn't they have to
comprehend
be on
any
the other side of the sun, or can they look
No.
through the sun?
There's a whole 360-degree view of the sky. We don't only look through the sun. So, all right, I'm going to have to demonstrate this for you. All right.
So we're only looking at stars that are straight up.
Here's the sun again. Here's the Earth, right? And now I can't. I don't have. I'm losing. I don't have enough hands, right? But you could look this way towards the sun. But you could look this way, or this way, or this way, or this way, or this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. This way. There's many different directions you could look, not just at the sun, right? So then when
That way,
when
if you're on the other side of the
when
sun.
we're on the other side of the sun, you can look this way, 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 this way. All sorts of directions you can look, not just at the sun, right? So if you're over here and you're looking at a star, hey, look at it this direction. If you're over here looking at the star, hey, it's still up that direction.
Okay.
Okay.
So point taken. Don't really care. Has
All
nothing to do with anything.
So, well, it certainly does, because you claimed that there is no measurement of the motion of the Earth around the sun. And I gave you parallax, number 1, right?
Yep.
So there you go, parallax, measurement of parallax. This is one of a bunch, right? I can send you 1, 2, 3, 4.
You won't read them.
5. I have 5 in this short list.
No, of course you won't.
And then
parallax.
both you and they are telling us that our huge orbit every night
This is still point one of his
ginormous,
26 points on
has
his list.
no effect. Only our spin has any effect on the stars.
Like I said, this has been measured, and it does have an effect on the stars. And then you just went right back around and said, no, it doesn't. No, it definitely does. This is a measurement of it. Right here on screen, it's a measurement of it. And I'll gladly send you all 5 that I have in this list, and you can review them, and you can see whether or not there is actual measurements there. There are. And then if you think they're wrong, if you think that they made an error in their measurements, then then the door is open for you to identify their error and notify them. Now, this one is from 1970 something, but you definitely the door is still open. Just because it's old doesn't mean that you can't do it.
So 6 months
1970,
later,
October
we only have a
1972.
tiny movement?
Yeah, that's what the globe predicts.
Exactly. That's the point.
That's completely wrong. That would never be the case.
Oh, so you know more than astronomers now, apparently.
Yeah. If we traveled,
Wait, I just want to be clear. I just want to be really clear in this. Do you think that you know more about astronomy than astronomers?
apparently, yes, I do.
He doesn't know the difference between a
Well, you
reflector and a,
just traveled 180
reflector
million
and a
miles.
refraction
You're going to tell me
telescope,
that
No.
the
and
star
doesn't understand the difference between
only has
aberration
a
and
slight
parallax.
fluctuation in its position,
Really?
Yes,
which is absolutely
as
ridiculous.
predicted by the globe.
But
So-
it will move across our sky
Wow.
only because of our spin, not because of our orbit of the sun.
Both. It moves by both.
Wrong.
One moves a lot every day. One moves a very small amount every day.
No,
All right,
the one that
so
you're
now-
saying doesn't move.
So now
at all for the year.
I've shown that you can
Cannot be
measure.
possible.
I've shown that you can measure parallax and that you didn't quite understand the topic. That's fine.
No, I do
Next-
understand the topic
all right,
perfectly.
no, you don't. Next
But if
is
you wanna move on,
aberration.
that's
So I'm gonna
you really
give you a
don't.
second one here. This is aberration. Aberration is a shift of the stars, not in relation to the background stars, but it's a shift in the star position based on where it is in the sky. So all the stars in the celestial equator shift by the same amount, and all the stars 45 degrees north latitude of the celestial sphere shift by the same amount, and they all do an oval. Some of them, the oval is flattened so that it's just a line back and forth, and some of them it's an oval that where the center point is just a single center point. It's a circle, and everywhere in between it's an ellipse with a different size to the ellipse. That's what aberration is. In 1725, James Bradley wrote a paper. He discovered it. He wrote a paper on it. It's pretty cool stuff. A little complicated to understand at first, but what he did find was 20.5 arc seconds is what he calls the constant of aberration. I have a link on my page here to his actual
That's
paper.
too much for him to follow that one.
It was, and this is really pretty cool. This was in the what we call the Encyclopedia Britannica, starting in 1771. So he published his paper in 1725.
He's a
Encyclopedia
wishy.
Britannica's first edition was 1771. Every edition up to the 11th had it listed in there, and that's as far. And then they stopped publishing it in 1910. The 10th edition was actually just an update to the 9th edition. That's why it's not listed on here. But every single one of these editions gives a talk of aberration in the
Okay. But
Encyclopedia
you're telling
Britannica.
me that dropping a spinning disco ball 500,000 miles every night, that only one star trail, a singular path would ever be picked up,
Yes, exactly.
even though we're traveling 500,000 miles much faster, 67 times faster than the disco ball is spinning.
Yes, you're confusing spin with linear motion. Okay, so
No, I'm
let
not.
me review it again.
We're doing linear motion in both frames.
He doesn't
No, you're talking
understand
about the
scale
daily
either,
spin.
does he?
Yeah, we're talking
No,
about both
yeah,
the spin
yeah.
and the orbit.
the daily rotation once a day,
As that
What's the date?
moves,
and this one once a year.
they're both linear. They're
No,
both in the same
this
line.
is not linear. This is angular. This is angular.
Rotation is
We
not
are
linear.
linear
You
on
nosy
This is
moron.
This is angular. But the reason why you see the star trails is because of the angular movement, not a linear movement. The angular movement.
Well, then
That's
we're
why you see
going
the
around
star
the
trails.
sun angular wise as
Yes,
well.
1 degree per day, 15 degrees per hour. Drastically
not
different
linear
philosophies.
either.
12,500 miles at
No,
night for
there you switch to linear again.
500,000
You don't seem to understand the difference.
500,000 for the orbit
Okay,
every night.
let me review again.
That was
This is
over
once a
very
day, 15 degrees an hour, still kind of slow, right?
Doesn't matter.
15 degrees an hour, 1 degree per day. Very, very little per day. 1 degree per day is all you should see.
So what? You're still talking about enormous distance differences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me that that has.
Yes, I am going to tell you that. You
That's
clearly
ridiculous.
do not understand this basic geometry.
No, you have never seen a globe model actually exist is the problem.
Yeah, you don't understand this
Oh.
basic geometry, Iggy.
I do
this
understand
is,
it
This is a you problem. Just like every other flat earther ever, this is a you problem. You didn't actually do the work to understand the globe model and then go through the work, because there's math involved, to see how much this should happen in there any night. And you, let me tell you, Iggy, you are not smarter than any astronomer. You are
No,
not.
you can think so all you
That
want,
is
but you're good enough to
disgusting,
know.
misplaced hubris. Your ignorance of this is outstanding. That you would say in your ignorance that you think you're smarter than actual astronomers that have studied this, gross.
Well, I
Gross.
can watch trees wish by my car.
It's nothing to
and
do
I
with
can
it.
watch clouds.
It's nothing to do
disappear
with
as I travel. I can watch mountains disappear as I travel as well. Somehow they get further away, and yet you're telling me that our travel of 500,000 miles every
Yeah,
night. as
show the
opposed
math.
to
I know you can't.
12,000 miles.
Show the
should
math.
have
You never
no
did
effect.
it. Show the math. You don't
That's
even
math
know the
right
math.
there.
You never
That's
even
math
did
right
the
there.
math. You don't know the math. These things have been documented. You can look up VSOP 87. You can look up Huggins star charts, star catalog. You've done none of this. You don't know what VSOP 87 is. You don't know who Huggins is.
Yeah, but
right?
you don't
Who's-
understand the math
who's
at
Huggins?
all. You're saying 1 to 67 is no
Oh my
different.
gosh. Oh my gosh. You
That's
still.
the math you can't even bother to do.
Oh my gosh.
You don't
You-
understand
it's-
67
you
is
have-
a larger number.
You have the
All
burden
the way back
to
to
do the
square
math
one again.
to support your claim, which you
I
didn't
did the
do.
math.
No,
We're
you
all the way
didn't.
back to
I
square
see
one.
that 67,000 miles per hour is faster than 1,000.
Okay, and so what is the quantifiable amount of change in Sirius that we should see in a night? Sirius the star, right? The brightest star in the sky. How much should it, according to that, what is the actual number that you get when you apply the model that Sirius should move in a night?
No, it shouldn't even exist in the sky for more than a minute.
Show the math.
I have to show a model, if anything.
Show the
Because
math.
The math just says 67 times faster than this other motion.
But how far away is Sirius?
It doesn't matter.
It definitely matters. That
Not if our 1,000
that
affects
fence,
movement.
that
What
fence
does
post
it
moving back and
matter?
forth like this is close, and back here, same. That's the same movement.
I understand that, but that's why I was asking you.
So how far is
What's in that?
Sirius from us? How far away is Sirius? I can't get my arm back far enough to represent Sirius. How far it is away?
About
Well, let's say
7 or 8
10
light years
years.
or something, isn't it?
It's much more than 10 light years.
Doesn't
isn't
matter
it?
what it is.
It does matter. It does matter.
No, because you're saying only our spin affects its movement. Nothing else does. And that's absolutely ridiculous and completely impossible.
Okay. How
You're
many?
not changing the distance of the star, are you?
All right.
You're telling me it does, though. You're telling me the mountain in the distance doesn't move faster, even though we're moving faster.
All right, Mr. Smarter than all
we're
astronomers.
spinning.
How far away is Sirius?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
But you're smarter than all
All
astronomers.
astronomers.
Yes,
But you don't know the distance.
correct.
Right.
Because I'm not a liar.
8.6 light years.
Oh, so it was close,
close.
much closer than you.
Yep, it's less than
Wasn't I?
10. Yep. So now, how many kilometers is that versus how many kilometers we're moving in a night?
Who cares?
Oh, wow.
It matters.
It doesn't.
This is
matter.
your claim. You are claiming that Sirius must move a whoosh. 1 minute it should go all the way across the sky, but it's how far away?
Relative to our spin, it would have to be a whoosh.
Relative to our spin. Our spin is once
Whoa.
per day. So it should
For
move
1,000
15
miles per
degrees.
hour.
It should move 15 degrees in an hour.
Yeah,
That's
but
how much
it's
it
Wonder if you
8.6
wanna-
light
you're
years
tricking
away,
it
you
down
dozy
to 1
moron.
degree
What?
on all this growth.
It's not a trick.
God.
Angular positions are
that's
measured in
7,000
angular
miles per
positions. This is an
Yeah, but we're
angular.
not-
This is an angular position.
Yeah, but we're looking at 1,000 miles per hour compared to 67,000 miles per hour.
Okay.
And the star
Then
does not change its
do the damn math, Iggy. Do the damn math.
Distance doesn't change.
67,000 miles an hour to something that's 8 light years away. How much should it move?
67,000 miles per hour is something that we might see in a comet.
All right, I'm waiting for you to present the math comparing 67,000 miles an hour to 8 light years away.
What does math have to do with it? If you
This
can't
is
understand
it is,
Oh,
it is your
God.
claim that the globe model doesn't work. The globe
Oh, no.
model is a mathematical thing. So It is on you because you started the claim by saying things about
No,
the
it
math.
What's math got to do with it?
NASA started the claim. Astronomy
Oh,
started the claim.
long before NASA, people knew how all these things. This has nothing to do with
Astronomy.
NASA.
Yes, astronomy
Like I said,
or astrology, actually.
it's no.
No.
Yes.
No, then it's not the same thing.
That's
No,
not
no.
Yes, I
please,
do
he's
understand
he's
that
not thinking
astronomy came out
astrology.
of
Astronomy is
astrology,
the same thing,
but
surely.
long ago they stopped overlapping.
no.
So here you go. This is 1725, long before who? Long before NASA.
So what? That doesn't.
It has
no
nothing to do with
relation
NASA.
to
But it has-
Differences in speed.
It has nothing to do with NASA. So it's not NASA. It's James Bradley.
No, I'm just saying by today's
It's
references.
It's William Huggins. Right? It's Fizeau.
cares?
It's Vogel and
Doesn't matter who
Schneier.
came up with it
The
at what
references
time.
don't come from
That has
NASA.
nothing on
Oh,
anything
then
going off
then
of
why
other-
do you keep going on about NASA? It has nothing to do with NASA. It's Henry Draper. It's Pickering.
No,
all these
I'm
people
telling you
all
that
these people are
according to
pre-NASA.
our latest modern day references is all I'm saying.
It doesn't matter
I'm not
how
saying
how
this
recent it
dipshit
is.
and that dipshit.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right? None of it matters
Ridiculous.
if it's any particular new or old. So you make all these claims, but you don't actually do the math. You never did the math. How much? And I'm asking you again, and you won't answer.
I took my
How
car
much?
from 1 mile per hour to 67 miles per hour.
Okay.
And guess what? I saw a difference.
And how in
very
relation
noticeable
in
difference.
relation to that 67 miles an hour, how far away is Sirius?
It doesn't matter.
It absolutely
the
matters.
distance doesn't change.
Of course
for
it
1 mile per
matters.
hour or
What?
67.
It
Oh,
absolutely
God.
matters. And this
Going round in
shows
circles
that
here.
you actually should not be even talking about this
You
topic.
just
It's
told
way
me that
beyond you.
the stars don't change. It's infinitesimal. They're changing distance. to
They
us.
do change, but the amount they
Doesn't matter
change
that
is small.
They do change. You told us,
And
but
they're
Mr.
measurable.
Know everything that they change infinitesimally.
Yes, they do, and they're measured. Measurably, they change.
That's fine, except for the difference in distance does not translate to the difference in speed.
You have to.
Can't do the
If
math.
you're going by a tree 1 mile per hour and then go past it at 67 miles per hour, you would have to notice a difference. It would be more than obvious and outright.
Yeah, but
blatant.
not the vast.
The tree is
not
difference,
near you.
Dozy.
The tree is
Oh,
Remember
so.
where the
God.
tree, is.
Move the tree 1,000,000 miles away from your car. Now drive your
And the
car
rest.
1 mile an hour, and drive your car 67 miles an hour. That 1,000,000 mile away tree, how much different will it appear when you do that?
It's not going to be any different at all.
Exactly.
You're not moving.
Thank you
the
very
tree.
much.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
You made my point.
Got it.
Excellent.
The spin moves
Hey!
the tree only in
You
your
would get
sense,
Maybe he's got it now.
but not the orbit. And then you're telling
What?
me that 67,000 miles per hour compared to 1,000 miles per hour is no difference. And that's absurd.
No difference when it's 8.6 light
It's not
years
this hard,
away.
and it's way over your head.
No, it's not at all.
It's significantly
Sure.
over your head. It's so far beyond you. This is, I mean, seriously, elementary school kids get it, and you're missing it.
No, you don't understand it at all. Is the problem? You're bought into the indoctrination.
It has nothing to do with You can't, if you say it's indoctrination, but you can't actually point out the actual implementation.
I just
of
gave
it.
you example after example.
No, you got it wrong, and then you got it wrong, and then you got it wrong, and then you got it wrong. You don't understand how these things work.
You just agreed with me that the tree doesn't change its distance, but the 1,000 miles per hour to you and all of astronomy somehow has the only effect. 67,000
Oh my
miles
God.
per hour has no effect.
How is this so difficult for you? How,
The tree
how
hasn't moved. It's ridiculous.
this is far, sorry, this is close, and those are far away.
Far away.
So at no point did those far away ever get close. And neither did
Oh,
close
God,
ever go far
what?
away.
All right, all right,
That's what you're refusing to understand.
all right. Let's move on. This
Try
is
to
way
make
past
me
you.
seem like I'm wrong when I am not.
Yeah, you're totally wrong. You're so far wrong.
Sorry.
This is embarrassing. But let's go on to
Let's move on to point 2 then if you want, which we already covered. But
point 3 then is go ahead. Comets which impossibly never deplete, and none that have ever gone extinct during our pretty good window of even just naked eye observation. Not any of the sun grazers. Same situation for meteor showers, and never even a single flare from any sun becoming a supernova, quasar, nor just finally blinking out.
correct.
What was that?
We're coming out.
What the hell does that even mean?
Was
That
was
was
that
a
was that
No,
English
comets-
or what?
Which
Whatever.
impossibly never deplete, and none that have ever gone extinct during our pretty good window.
Right. We have no comets in the history that have.
Can
now
anybody
gone extinct,
translate
even the
gibberish?
sun grazers
Yeah, that's
that
what he's trying
lose
to say.
almost all their mass.
So
that
I
are
guess
Ever gone
Yeah.
extinct during
No,
comets,
comets
which
category.
impossibly never deplete, and none that have ever gone extinct during our pretty good window.
Right. We have no comets in the history that have now gone extinct, even the sun grazers, that lose almost all their mass going around the sun every time they go around. And yet they could just come back and have the same tail, and they even start their tails out near Jupiter instead of near Earth, which is the only place they could start to have a tail anyway.
What?
All right, so
It's
why?
not warm enough to be on Mars.
What?
It's,
Hey,
so you didn't do your own research then, huh?
I did plenty of my own research.
So no comet has ever gone.
None of the comets that we track today or all of man's history have ever gone extinct.
Yeah. How about?
The only extinct ones you'll find are theoretically extinct.
Okay, so you
They
never
haven't
looked
been
up.
witnessed.
You never looked up Shoemaker-Levy.
That one crashed into Jupiter, didn't it?
It broke up and crashed into Jupiter. Yeah. You
Yeah.
said it never went extinct.
That didn't go extinct by depleting.
Oh, okay.
So how's that possible that they never deplete?
how does he know?
But they do.
They don't. They never have in history. There is no comet that's gone extinct from
Wrong.
depletion, and yet
Wrong.
they cannot be refueled or reloaded.
Wrong.
All right. Well. I mean, I guess
correct or not?
I can rhetorically ask. Show your math.
And I don't have any math.
Oh,
Why does math come into the
Well, I mean,
equation all the time?
because you made the claim, and you said that they should go extinct, and so that is a quantifiable number there. So
Yeah, according
show-
to astronomy, they
show-
lose as much as 10%.
Yeah. Show your math. Go ahead.
10 orbits means 100% gone.
Okay. And
When
which one?
astronomy says
No,
as much as
10%
10%
each
depletes every time they come
That's
around.
10% of the
Okay.
original.
And which one depletes by 10% specifically?
I don't know,
You don't know. Then why'd you make the claim?
because I'm going by what astronomy has told
Yeah,
us.
but-
It's
but
part
which-
of the model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does
But you
not-
don't know which one. So which one
Well,
loses
it could be all of them.
10%?
Could be all
And
of them.
it could be all of them. Why did you even make this claim? This rambling nonsense.
Because this is what astronomy, NASA, and cosmology say. And yet we don't witness anything that they say.
Well, except I'm just curious
And they have
for you to
they have
apply the
witness.
math. But so
Well,
why do you
those
think
math-
Shoemaker-Levy broke up?
I don't know. I think it's because it hit the atmosphere of Jupiter. Per se.
Don't you think maybe it broke up because it was
What?
losing stuff?
Was it coming back from the sun or going into the sun?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, that matters.
I think it was going away from the sun. but okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm going to ask for a citation. I'm going to ask for math. I mean, you got nothing. So
Well, that's
Right.
the other problem. At least Sharon was nice enough to point out to you that we're telling you this organization is wrong and lying, and we have blatant, easy to see proof. And you could just go back to that organization and say,
Yeah,
no, see, this is what they say.
it sounds to me like you're just making stuff up. Though that's the problem.
I'm not at all.
You
I'm going
just,
by actual
yeah.
observation.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, give the citation then. Yeah. Give the link to the.
Well, I'll have to bring that next time if there is one.
All right. All right. Well, then let's go to the next part of this rambling sentence here. Let's see. Not any of the sun grazers. There. Then same situation for meteor showers. What do you mean by meteor showers?
Leonid meteor showers just go on and on every year.
Okay.
And yet that's not possible. They would have to completely deplete, and we would have to empty them out every time we came through them. And yet we don't.
Okay. And
They are not an asteroid belt whatsoever.
I
They are a little
guess,
dust cloud,
I guess
allegedly.
I'll ask, knowing the answer. Can you share your citation?
That's just the citation, as the same as the others, is astronomy itself.
That's not a
They make
citation.
these claims.
That's not a
Well,
citation.
You can say that all you want, but I'll see what I can bring up next
Yep,
time.
all right. And never even a single flare from a sun becoming a supernova. Actually, we see supernovas every once in a while.
Not according to astronomy.
Actually, yes. According to astronomy,
What?
we do see supernovas.
Whatever's-
Not in our sky. Not in our naked eye sky, especially, or cheap telescope. They can make the claims where nobody has seen it
What?
except for them. And
Except
it's
for
all
them.
CGI garbage that we get.
Come again?
So you say, and I know you'll have no.
Is very well proven. How come
That's not
James
what?
Webb has a gravity effect on its visuals, but Hubble did not?
A
You're gonna tell
gravity
me that
effect.
HD matters?
A gravity effect on its visuals.
Yeah, as a bending light from alleged gravity.
You mean around distant galaxies and
Distant
gravitational
galaxies,
wells?
or
Yeah.
whatever they're claiming.
Yeah. To my
It
knowledge,
happened with James Webb, but it didn't happen with Hubble.
to my knowledge, we've actually gotten those from the, 1919 Eddington got that. But
Yeah, but we're also looking at the same exact shot given to us by astronomy that was taken from Hubble and no gravitational effects on any light. And then
Bring-
James Webb
bring
comes out and
forth-
claims
bring
all
forth
sorts
your
of
evidence.
effects.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
I'll have to type it up here. See if I can get it for you.
So, all right. We got Meet Joe Maker says just a week or two ago, we had pictures of M51 galaxies having a star going supernova. There you go.
Who's we?
And we got Bob the Science Guy says we just had a supernova in the Pinwheel Galaxy.
Okay, so nope,
there you go.
nothing we can see.
So
There's no we there. There's them only.
oh, you can't go buy a telescope? You
I
certainly
can't
can.
go buy one of their telescopes.
Nobody's going to prevent you from buying
How
a
about
telescope.
their
You go right ahead.
telescope?
The most we can get, as far as I've seen, is 14-inch, and yet they've had 6 foot since I don't know. I forget who did it, but hundreds of years ago. The guy who made his own lens.
Yeah, okay.
But if you're ready, I can share my screen.
All right, go ahead.
I hope it. Doesn't look like I can actually present.
Yeah, I'm not. There's nothing I can do to stop. I don't think it has anything in here for me to change.
I will try this.
There it is.
Okay, good.
I just see me and you.
There's Hubble versus Webb. Hubble versus Webb, and we don't have the same depiction except for 1 or 2 bendies per se. And the only difference is allegedly HD.
All right, are you going to show it?
It's on the screen where it should be.
No, it's not. I just see a picture
You
of
have
you and
a
me.
Hubble or
frozen.
JST.
Nope, nothing there.
No, let me stop sharing and try it again. But you can type in what I did if you like. Hubble versus Webb is all. Let me try bringing that up again.
Yes, exactly. Stare. Exactly.
All right, let's see if that changes. Well, I got to download it.
All right, I'm. There it is. All right.
Got it?
Yep. All right.
Okay,
So,
great.
so what's your point?
That we don't have even half of the Webb bending light in the Hubble.
Where?
What?
Well, anywhere. No kidding. Yeah.
I don't.
We have a slight circle represented. We have a slight circle represented around the central white star of JWST, but then we don't have anything but 2 or 3 in the Hubble shot that are on the left of center. We
Okay.
have those, and then the bendies deplete in the Hubble, and yet they're all over the place in the Webb.
So what you're showing me is you think that this is showing gravitational lensing differences?
No, I'm showing that they're liars doing CGI.
What specifically is different?
He doesn't
What
know
I
the
point
difference
at each
between Hubble and
visual dot
JWST,
and
does he?
swoop.
Yeah, you
Clearly.
were talking about gravity.
It work in
So
very
I'm
different
asking
ways.
you to specifically point out the differences due to gravity that you think is being shown here.
Well, we have no swoop here. If you can see my mouse,
No swoop.
we have a swoop on Webb.
Okay. And what are
A
those
slight smile,
and what are those swoops caused by?
and then on Hubble we do not.
But what are those swoops caused
Well, on
by?
Hubble we do not have that swoop.
Okay. And
It doesn't matter. They're saying it's from gravity.
okay.
They're saying it's from gravity.
Okay.
And
And
now we have Webb, who's magically coming up with all this.
okay.
And
And,
Hubble did not come up
and
with
are you
most of this.
unaware that Hubble and James Webb have drastically different capabilities for seeing light?
Oh, totally.
They're looking at the same shot.
But they have drastically different capabilities for receiving light. Did you not know that? What's the difference in their light capturing between Hubble and Webb?
Well,
Just
That's
tell since you know more than astronomers, you will definitely just tell the astronomers in our audience.
That's causing a problem.
What's that?
Oh, please educate us.
Guess we got to bring it back up.
Oh, just ignore that. Yeah, just move on.
See if it comes back.
No
Stop
concept.
screen.
No.
All right, so I'm still waiting. You know, what is it that is the difference in between Hubble and Webb in their light capturing ability?
Webb is supposedly HD, even though Hubble would have to be HD also.
HD.
Whoa,
Is it
HD.
kindergarten?
What?
You don't. It's not HD. It's not that it's HD. But
Well, that's what
what
they
is
say.
what is the definition of HD in a telescope? Oh my gosh.
Well, they're saying that Webb has better resolution.
Oh, he's lost it. He's
Okay,
lost it. Look.
got it. There's no such thing as HD for a telescope.
I'm just saying
So
for
dumb.
people
dumb
who've
can you-
gone from
Oh,
standard
yeah, I mean,
definition television to HD.
you know more than astronomers, so don't shy away from using the proper astronomy terms here.
Oh dear me.
All right, you feel free to use the proper astronomy terms, since you know more about astronomy than astronomers.
I don't need to know their terminology for much of anything. That means nothing.
Obviously, you don't. All right,
But we have gravitational lensing.
all right. So I will cover, since you don't know the first thing about the difference between them. The biggest difference between them is the wavelengths of light that they can capture. Huge difference. And so
Well, that's
Hubble takes things closer to the visible spectrum, and James Webb takes things
Yeah.
much longer wavelength than the visible spectrum. And so
So-
those
Yeah,
things,
infrared.
those things that you're seeing that are in Webb that were not in Hubble is because they're a different frequency.
So it's visible light, though, either way.
Neither of them are probably visible
No.
light.
No.
But you know that because
James
you're
Webb's
smarter than
not
all
visible light.
astronomers.
Then how come we're seeing a picture of it if it's not visible?
Oh god.
You're really lost.
Again,
How
that's a
could
terrible
you
thing.
even ask such a ridiculous question when you think that you know more? You think you know more than astronomers, and you don't even know the first thing about the
Clueless.
light that they're capturing. With
Not
James Webb.
on first
Sure, but all
idea.
they do tell us
Wow.
in Congress even is that we
Same
have
reason
data
that drone
now
hovering
translated
over your
into a
house
picture
can image your
for
fat
your
ass
kids.
inside the
And yet
house.
nobody can.
That's not all that they say. They publish a ton of stuff. They don't
Wow.
just present that little bit. They have a ton of data. You can actually look up the publications. Now I'm going to show you right here. Do you see that little thing there labeled supernova?
Yep.
What do you think that was taken with?
It could be anything. It looks like infrared to me.
That was taken with an 8-inch telescope.
Nice.
A telescope you could have purchased if you were actually an astronomer. And
If I
you could have photographed that supernova in the Pinwheel Galaxy yourself, just like the amateur astronomer that did this
Yeah,
one.
back in
The
May, I think.
amateur astronomer that did this one is Bob the Science Guy, and he's in the live chat right now. He took this photograph. So you said there's no supernovas that you can see, and right here we have one.
All right.
8-inch telescope.
Yeah, it was a supernova spotted in May, I think, this year.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Be glad,
Thumbs up at all.
be happy for you to
Hey,
retract
Richie.
your claim.
I'm not retracting.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to your next. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob the Science Guy.
Let's see about this
Already
one.
got to number 3 now so far. This is painful.
I think we're up to 4. I think.
Yeah, I
let's
see a
get-
bunch of them.
Oh, to 4, are we? Okay.
See one that looks very similar to this from
All right.
space.com.
I mean,
See if they get credit.
denial will just make you look more silly. All right. Let's see here. Number 4, we're up to the factual impossibility to ever see Jupiter
Impossibility.
or any other planet beyond it with the naked eye or optical telescope. Well, I saw Jupiter the other night with my eye.
What? Yes, you can.
Right. And that's not
Yeah.
possible.
You said the factual
According to
impossibility
NASA.
I
to
think
see it.
every single
But
astronomer
a
is going
world
to
community
completely
of honest,
disagree with
trustworthy,
you.
and scientific scientists feels it's just fine to eternally ignore the inverse square law, while even NASA ridiculously goes on to exaggerate grossly that Jupiter receives a full moon's amount of light. I don't know what that means, but let's see you. I'll ask again. Go ahead and explain for the audience what you mean by inverse square law and how it applies to Jupiter.
That distance matters. Just like a campfire will only light the people around the fire, but will not light the tents at all in the distance. It doesn't matter that you can see that light further away than it can light an area with. That light can never light the tents. Thus, Jupiter. Mars is claimed by NASA to get 56% less light than Earth does. And that's only 1.5 AU. Meaning if it was 2 AU, it would be in the negative amount of light. And yet
What?
Jupiter's 5 times further.
Negative
than
amount of
Earth,
light.
What did he just
which
say?
means it cannot get any light.
The
And yet they
negative
all glow in the
negative
night
light.
sky. That's
Negative
another
amount.
obvious, blatant thing of the globe model
Negative
that
amount.
cannot exist, but does exist.
Pitch black, in other words, more than
Proven
pitch
globe
black.
model completely yet again for the 5th time.
Could you
Well,
explain
negative
explain for
amount
the
of light.
audience
There we go.
negative?
We're back again.
Yeah, negative light. Go ahead. Explain negative light for the audience.
It's a negative figure of minus 112%, as in no light is what negative light is.
Oh God!
If you want to do the math,
Less,
that's what negative light is.
less than no
Mr.
light.
Math Boy.
Wow.
Oh Jesus! Less than
All right. Well,
more than pitch black.
all right. So that for the audience, just for reference, please do not believe a word he said. He doesn't understand the topic very well. So if you're watching this later
Wrong.
thinking, "Oh wow, he just taught me something," he did not.
So 2
but, all
times
right.
56 is not 112.
All right. Well, that wasn't what you were talking about. But anyway,
It is exactly what I'm
please
talking about.
feel free to apply the inverse square law to the light that we receive from Jupiter.
We can't receive any if the globe model were
Yeah.
not a lie.
Go right ahead. Show. The inverse square law is a mathematical law, so you can't talk about the inverse square law without doing the math. So go right ahead.
The math says you can't be lit at all if you're more than twice the distance of Earth from the sun.
So go ahead.
It doesn't
show
say
your math.
that.
No.
Oh,
We already covered
Michael.
that.
You're the-
112%.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
I already did.
Well, there it is, folks.
I demonstrated 112% for just being 2 times further than Earth.
I think that
And you tell me that's ridiculous. I can see it in the sky because they tell me I should be able to. Because they want to lie to you and tell you that a full moon amount is enough to make Jupiter one of the brightest stars in the sky every night out of the year, which is not possible if their full moon amount of light is accurate. And it is not. Full moon doesn't light anything.
yeah, people. I have no idea. This is so far out there. It makes no
You can
sense.
laugh all you want about it, but you have no idea what the math is. You won't even accept 112%. That's ridiculous.
guy drinks
Baux
his own
thinks that you drink
bathwater.
your own bathwater.
That's even more. So
All right, let's all right.
Dr. Parks is quite the idiot.
I will
Victor Parks.
Trying to figure out
all
where
right,
the
so
bubbles
to
were
correct
coming
all this
from.
wrongness that you just did. Let's say that the moon emits 100 units of light.
Okay.
And then at a certain distance away, you're receiving 50 units of light.
Correct.
And when you double that distance, you're now receiving
0 amount of
25 units of light. And when you double that distance again, you're getting
Am I getting nothing now?
12 and a half. And when you double that distance again, you're getting,
Is that the inverse square law?
6 and a quarter. And when you go again, 3 and an eighth. And when you go again,
Yeah.
let's round down to 1 and a half. And when you go again, right, see, that's the inverse square law. You don't actually know what the inverse square law is.
Well, let's go ahead and apply that then, and we'll accept NASA's claim of 3.7% is all that lights Jupiter. How do you explain Saturn being
3.7% of what?
of Earth's daylight?
So Jupiter gets 3.7% as much light as
Sure.
the Earth does. Okay, I'm unfamiliar with this number, but okay, let's
That's
do
fine.
that. Okay, then what?
So how can we see Saturn?
How did this turn into Saturn? We were talking about Jupiter.
Because Saturn's almost 10 times further than Earth.
Okay.
So we're going to double that 3.7% reduction and get to
Oh,
Earth
no.
instantly.
That's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works. You just walked us through how it works.
No,
You end up
I walked you through how it works, and then you didn't do it.
Double the distance you're going to claim is 1 point whatever percent.
You cut it in half. You
Not
divide. Oh, jeez. It's the inverse square. Do you know what inverse square means?
Doubled
No,
by itself.
no.
No.
Oh my gosh. Seriously.
So how is Saturn lit? Glows brighter.
You don't
than
even
Jupiter.
have a clue how inverse square works, and you're going to try to say
doesn't
that
matter.
you know. Yes, it totally matters.
It doesn't matter when NASA is
Totally
making
matters.
a claim that they only have full moon's amount of light at the most is to light Jupiter and nothing beyond.
See, you don't know how the inverse square law works, and you're going to say that you're smarter than
It doesn't
astronomers.
matter though.
Yes,
How
it
would you
does.
ever pick that up in your telescope or your naked eye?
Oh my gosh.
How would you do that? You can't answer that, can you?
I
Because
certainly
you haven't
can.
been able to answer
but
anything yet.
Here's
So
the problem. Here's
you
the
go off
problem.
on tangents.
I'm explaining to you how the inverse square law works, and you're calling it a tangent when I'm educating you on how the inverse square law works when you're specifically talking about inverse square law. This is you don't know what the inverse square law is.
I do have an idea.
No, you don't have an idea at all.
even close.
You're completely and totally ignorant. You're completely and totally ignorant of it. Even after I walk through it, you still got it wrong.
It doesn't matter that I got
it does matter that it does matter.
I wasn't trying to.
Oh, but the clues in the name, inverse square.
Yes, you were. You were specifically applying. Let's go back right here. Right here. Here we go. Back to it. The factual impossibility to ever see Jupiter or any other planet beyond it with naked eye, but a world of community of honest, trustworthy, and scientific scientists feels it's fine to eternally ignore the inverse square law.
Correct.
But you don't know the inverse square law.
Well, show me where the moon.
It's your claim, not my claim.
This is
your claim.
This is an example, an analogy. Show me from an airplane where a full moon ever lights the surface of the Earth.
What the hell does that have to do with it?
Well, because NASA's saying Jupiter gets a full moon's amount of light. And it doesn't light the Earth. So how the hell's that much light going through like Jupiter or anything?
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by this? Jupiter gets a full moon's worth of light. Do you mean that the amount of photons hitting Jupiter is about the same amount of photons hitting the moon in the same unit of time? Is that what you mean?
No. What I'm saying is the amount of photons hitting Jupiter is equivalent only to the amount of moonlight hitting the Earth.
What?
Is what Jupiter gets from the sun.
Come again?
And it doesn't light our surface when we get a full moon.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
And yet you're telling me that that amount of light, which is almost meaningless light, is enough for Jupiter to glow.
All right.
And
Clearly, you don't know
that stupidity.
You don't know this topic.
Is totally acceptable.
Yeah, I'm going to need your citation from where NASA says this.
I just gave you.
No, you just
said the analogy.
Send me the link.
I'm pretty sure NASA has never said that.
Maybe somebody in the live chat.
The Earth's surface is not lit by a full moon. A law of nature that everybody knows and has witnessed from an airplane.
Retro AI says you cannot make sense. Yes, of course you have to get a citation. Tune, you cannot make sense out of nonsense. Absolutely. No, send the citation from NASA. You made the claim that NASA said something. Just send what NASA said.
Well, I can send you a picture from NASA.
A picture. Oh my God, no. Send. Yeah. You're trying to quote something about what NASA said. I just want to see what NASA said.
I can do that.
So, oh gosh.
It's like he says, "Oh, how much we even if he's right, okay, which I don't think he is.
Here, right.
The amount of light that we receive, we still look up and see the moon."
Right.
It's not
I'm going back in time in the chat here so everybody knows what I'm doing.
All right, take your time.
Yep. Yeah, because whoosh. All right, here we go. Glover Mom says, "Hey, you guys, it's Tuesday night. Welcome to the Temple of Tune. Now let us pray, Kali Ma, Kali Ma, Kali Ma, Kali Ma." All right, that's a Temple of Doom reference. I keep trying to tell him I'm this Temple of Tune thing I'm not a fan of. They keep trying to go back to the Temple of Doom.
That's why they're doing it.
That's why they're staring you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ba of the QTube family says, Iggy, the 60s called. They want their wall back. That I know that is 70s.
Yeah.
The wood panel is 70s.
Don't worry, it's going away this year. So.
Oh my goodness! What are you gonna put in its place? A shag carpet on the wall?
No, this year I'm just going to be painting it. So.
All right, dude. You ever take off paneling? It's the worst.
It's not bad at all.
Oh, I hate taking it off.
You just cut up in those little squares to stick it in regular trash.
All right. CVM McCuller says, "I need his measurements in sheep units."
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the up and coming? I mean, everybody's moving away from SI units. They're such an old thing of the past. Metric and imperial, right? We're all moving to sheep units here. I'll show you. Here we go.
All right.
Here's sheep units. They're Scottish sheep units, of course.
SU units. SUs.
Oh, hold on. I didn't. I got to get the right screen. It's a new thing.
I'm sorry, I was looking up a link I have for it, and I shouldn't be. This is taking too long.
All right, okay. I got to make sure it's the right screen that I'm sharing here. There you go, Scottish sheep units. There it is.
So
My favorite is the weight. 1 kudam is the weight of old Sayich Makora's prize-winning ram Yoan, the day it turned 27 years oldie in 1634, which is about 331 pounds, or if you're going to go SI, 150.139 kilograms. So there it is. And then, of course, the kudam jewel is, as abbreviated CJ, is the weight of one of Yoan's jewels the day he was turned into Haggis. There you go.
Never had this stuff.
3.1 times. Wow. Okay.
Time is 3 shakes of a sheep's tail is it's not well defined. Time in sheep units is not well defined. So there you go.
Dear.
dear.
So there you go. Thank you for that one,
I might have to
CBM.
pause this and do something
Kiwi
else with
Kiwi Burb says Iggy is wishing upon a star.
That's right.
Yes, he is.
it. Easy work.
All right, let's see here. I got Mr. E-Man says, proving that Flurfs can't do scale. Definitely scale is an issue. I mean, you could just see how much of an arc it would sweep at that distance. But no. Serena News 1 says r/whoosh confirmed. Oh, the irony. Yeah. And is it what was Flat Out talking about? He has a hat that catches whoosh. Is it a whooshometer? Not sure what he called that. Somebody this one. I'll get to that in a second. That just came through. Oh, that's mean. That's mean to me. We got Lento Manon says, how fast is 10 whooshes? Maybe we could add whoosh to the sheep units. How fast is a whoosh in sheep units, people? Maybe send it to me and we'll get it. We'll get it added in. Did you find your NASA citation yet there?
I was trying to. I'm not finding the one I have a link to. It's a nice, small, easy text thing that they
I want to say 15 sheep to a whoosh.
Explain it.
All right.
I have the one here, but it's not stating the 3.7.
All right. The grumpy old mechanic says, ironic of this critter to denigrate peer-reviewed science while benefiting from a civilization made possible only by peer-reviewed science. Not only...
Yeah, sorry. I think I've got to put a break to that for a little bit because about halfway through, but I need to have a break. He's... what are we up to? 0.6?
Every time, we see somebody, you think, yeah, they're definitely the classic Dunning-Kruger. The next one just beats the next one. But this guy takes it to a whole new level. He's so confident, isn't he? But clueless at the same time.
Absolutely clueless. It's just like
he knows more than every astronomer on the planet.
Because
definitely because know the basics.
The inverse square law, but I don't know what the inverse square law is. But
yeah.
But it says it's
yeah, it quotes the inverse square law, but doesn't know what it is.
How do you get to that? I've got a quiz, but I'm just checking. Paul, did you have a quiz? I might have said
maybe Paul's fallen asleep.
Paul's fallen asleep. Don't blame him.
Probably.
He's dreading tomorrow. He might have to move a lot of litter by hand because their litter machine.
Oh, really?
Broken. So, as you can imagine, putting litter down in the bottom of a massive duck pens and having to do that with a shovel. I can't imagine he's looking forward to that. So, yes, might have lost him for a little bit.
Yeah, so there was a supernova, I think, like I said, back in May. I think it's Toon pointed out in May from the Pinwheel Galaxy.
Yeah, and caught by amateurs. Not was the main point at the time. Was, it wasn't with any of the big stuff. It was just...
Oh, quite often are these sort of things. Quite often are caught by amateurs, because it's amateurs that are making up the majority of the astronomers. If you think about it, you can't. Even the big telescopes can't be looking at all points of the sky at any given time. So.
No, that's right. So I might do a test for a little bit. Just because I could keep going with this guy, but Just a little bit of a break. Yeah, what do we
Yeah.
do? Yeah, just for a little bit, if nothing else. I did this quiz a while back, and I can't remember if it's any good or not. I set it up. Let's have a look.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Let's soon find out. Might be just. I think just you and I are the only awake ones at the moment. So, we'll give the peanuts a bit of a.
Well, I think Blue's probably awake. He's probably destroying his monitor right now at this moment in time.
He could be, yeah.
Headbutting it probably right at this
no,
moment.
It's good.
Are you sure?
Yep, monitor is it's out of punching range. So.
Oh yeah, you got the oven mitts on as well.
Government's on, yeah.
Yeah.
I should have put the warning up first, though, just in case.
I thought maybe you might have resorted to the use of the head on the monitor, maybe. I don't know.
No.
I
talked to SE Montreal earlier, just to warm up. So.
Oh, this guy's got nothing on SE Montreal.
Right,
He did nothing on him.
I think it's called acclimatization, Blue.
yeah.
Well, it's similar to pre-breathing oxygen, except pre-ingesting stupid. And
dear. Anyway, let's do some.
Wow.
Let's do a little bit of trivia while we're waiting. I was just checking, Paul. Did you have any quizzes tonight? Not that I mind. If
I do. I have a music quiz if you want one.
Yeah. How about we do a music quiz? Because I threw this together a while back, and I vaguely recall that it might be a little bit easy. But yeah,
you got yours open now anyway, so you might as well just carry on. But...
Oh no, Paul. It's only a matter of me going. Just clicking this button here, and then clicking that button there, and then Paul put on his quiz, and we're there. That's how hard it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Turing Test has answered all the questions so in one go. There we go.
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac. What are we waiting for, Zeblon? I think Paul was just I need to give Paul sharing rights. That would be what
you do. That's what we're waiting for.
There you go.
I've got something really quick to show right at the end of the show, though, but leave it to the end. Sure. It's only really quick. So it won't take long.
The 60s. What song is that?
Oh,
what's that potato-looking one down the plasticine one? Oh, don't know that one.
no.
That's a special one, Timbo.
Faces I recognised, but I couldn't tell you who they were. Some of them. No.
They all got something to do with music. Is that good enough? Oh, like I know that one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see who I'm pointing to because I don't want to give it away in case I'm the only person who recognises it. Okay. Whenever you're ready,
okay.
Paul, I think.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Righto. Here we go then. Here's your first one.
I want something. I want a...
No family to help you this time, Matt?
What's that? Sorry, what did you say?
No family to help you this time?
No, they're not around at the moment. No.
It's I wanna lovely rain. I walk a lonely road.
A lonely road. It's got to be, isn't it?
The only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes. But it's home to me, and
it's home to me, and I walk alone.
I have no idea
that sounds a bit like Bon Jovi song.
Is it?
Is it Bon Jovi? I don't know. Sounds a bit like that. Is it Bon Jovi?
No. Anyone?
No, it's not. No. Okay.
Star Trekking. No, I don't think it's Star Trekking.
Come on, you got the words. You know the words.
Yeah.
Don't you know the song?
Well, I do now, only because I've looked it up. But I do now. No. Make that chat subs only. Yeah, I'll think about it, Carl. But I can just ban him. I didn't get a chance to actually read what he says, but I imagine it wasn't what we. Yeah.
There you go. Turing Test 2. He's got it.
He's got it.
Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Well done, Turing Test 2.
Oh, no. Couldn't get that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, next one. This song drives me nuts.
You're beautiful. It's there. I see your face in a something or other.
Oh, you're beautiful.
And,
It's true.
Yeah.
I think I know this one.
Oh,
I can't think what it's called.
It sounds familiar now. That
You're
yeah.
beautiful. It's
You're
true.
beautiful. Yeah, I know that.
I don't know who sung it though.
You sang it.
You've got the right
well.
song. But what's it called and who sang it?
It's by James Blunt, isn't it?
It is by
It's probably
James
the only
Blunt.
James Blunt song I know.
And it's called?
You're beautiful, isn't it?
It is indeed.
You're beautiful. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know
You're
if this is so.
beautiful.
All right, next one.
Move on. Yep.
Next one.
Has maybe. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm with you, Carl. I don't like that song either.
Yeah. In New York City. So something or other in New York City. Something. But goes. But probably not. But go. You love so pretty. So I think that's pretty is the last one. But girl. Oh, this is sounding familiar, but I can't. Hey, what's it like in New York City? I'm Hey, something or other. Hey, something or other. Georgie.
Someone wake me up when the quiz is over.
I'll sing, George. Will that wake you up?
Oh.
What's it like in New York City? I'm a something rather, but girl, something rather. You look so pretty, girl. But girl. Oh, hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? Hey there, Delilah.
Do you know the song yet?
I don't.
Yeah, I had to use Google to look it up a little bit, but the song is actually called "Hey There, Delilah."
Yeah,
and it's by Plain White Tees. I think they're called. Is it?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
It's the one.
Yeah. I just
Plain White
recognised the
Tees.
"Hey There, Delilah" part. Mm.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got to play a bit of this. I don't know this song. Well,
Give this song another listen. Close
That's
your
the one.
eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the one. Yeah.
Yep, now I know it. Yep.
So sometimes you can get the song in your head, but you just can't think who it is.
Yeah. Okay. That was nothing to. Was I. This was never the way I planned, not my intention. I got so. Something rather drunk in head, maybe. Dark in head? No, hand?
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur, yes. It has ended with N, so it can't be dinosaur. So that stumped me. If I didn't have the N on the end of it, I could have had dinosaur.
Hey There, Cthulhu is a better song.
I know this.
This was never the way I planned.
Oh, if I remember, I saw a face there. It's Katy Perry, but I don't know the name of the song.
Come on, the
God
picture's
damn
got to
it.
give you a clue. There you go.
Is it I Kissed a Girl?
Very
Oh, I
close
kissed a
to-
girl. I kissed a girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
Katy
That's
Perry,
it.
I Kissed a Girl, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
I don't know the lyrics though. But go on. Can't run. No, can't ruin me. Can't ruin. It's not ruin. Can't me. No, can't. You can't. Oh, what's the R word? And if I could get that R word, I'd have it. Can't my. It's not pure face. It's got me.
I reckon I know. You can't read my. You can't read my. Can't read my. I know the first two
Can't
lines
read my
of a
card.
song like that.
Something like that. Poker face.
Can't read
He
my
got-
poker.
he can't
face.
read my poker
poker.
face. No, you can't read my. You can't read my.
That's
can't
the
read
name of
my-
the song. I
that's-
think Poker
that's
Face.
Katy
But,
Perry.
I know the
That's,
face. I know the
Armageddon's Fire's got it. Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lady
yeah.
Gaga. That's it. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one.
I couldn't think who it was because
Well
it wasn't Katy Perry. Never I'm in you. Ooh.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Never mind.
Never,
I'll find
never mind something.
someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you to don't was something rather me. I beg I beg it's not beg. Bug. It's gonna be that. I remember you said sometimes it's love in it, but sometimes it's something else instead. Don't forgive me. I've got some words out of there, but I don't know what the song is.
I think it.
Never
Come
mind.
on,
think it-
she's a
I
pretty
think
famous
Adele-
British singer.
Yeah, I saw her face on the thing. It's Adele, I think, isn't it? I don't know the song.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know what that song is though.
Find someone
No, don't know.
else. Hang on a sec.
It's got to be something like within the lyrics.
Something
isn't it?
like
Gotta
you.
Be.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Someone
Oh,
like
someone
you.
like you.
Yeah.
Someone like
Someone
you.
like you. Yeah.
There you go.
Adele.
Yeah.
Clive Wells, Fleetwood Mac.
It's always Fleetwood Mac.
Bound to be in there somewhere.
Let's
isn't it?
know that got it. But
This
you-
song drove me nuts too.
Is this that what's he guy with the painting and the other girl? Oh, what's his name? And they played it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But you don't have
But
to
you
cut me
don't.
off. You don't have to.
Don't have
yeah,
something.
out of it. Never had to. Why can't I get the words? You did it for. You never had to cut me, but you don't have to cut me. It's not. You don't.
It's another one ringing a bell. Yes, definitely.
Ah.
But you don't have to cut me out. I'm pretty sure. No, cut me off. Sorry, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who it is or what the song is.
But
Well,
Gautier, is that the guy? Is who sang
What?
it? Is it Gautier or Gautier?
Yeah.
And it's somebody I used to know.
That's the one.
Oh, there
Yep.
you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody that I used to know by Godia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I knew that one, but I just couldn't get it out. It's one of those ones I'm trying to. I don't mind the song, but I'm still trying to get it out of my head because they just played it for so long, so much. And we've never
Never be something maybe.
So we never be no.
Run.
And we'll never be whatever that is. I don't run in our bread.
I don't run
Bread.
Bread. Well, fits on just bread. No, can't be bread. Don't run in our beard. Can't run in our birds anyway. That kind of love just ain't for us. We come and dinosaur don't kind of buzz. We don't. We come. No. We cause. No. We create. No. You can call me Queen Bee. It's not running. That kind of love just ain't for us. What's that? That's kind of. And we'll never be. If I could work out that R word. We need someone like Globo Mum. She was good at this. Dora was good at this. She would have got this one.
I have no idea.
I'll see if I can get.
Yeah, that R word kind of gives it away.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if I knew what it was. I'll see if Google can help me. And for us.
The second line is, it don't run in our blood.
I'm getting this.
Dora's got the singer right.
Yeah, did you say Lord? Yeah, because that's who I've got coming up. I'm getting this song. Hang on a sec.
And there you go.
didn't come for money.
No, it's Lord.
Royals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry about that. I had to talk to a family member. Where are we up to? The go out and I can't be sad doesn't fit. Can't be sued.
Oh, I beg. Oh, I beg.
That
Please.
I
Oh, wait.
comes to
That last lyric is ringing a bell.
have
Oh, I beg and plead.
me down.
There's a lot of bell ringing going on in your house today, Matt.
Yeah.
Big.
I mean, this is kind of era. It's kind of familiar to me. I'm kind of familiar with this music, so I'm not too bad with it, but still struggling a bit.
I beg. Clocks.
Time, something about a time, maybe.
Oh, I beg and plead, because the song would be called Clocks.
It would be called Clocks.
God, of course, but who sung it?
But who sang it?
I have no idea.
Sound like I don't know, but I think it might sound like this.
I know Coldplay. Clocks.
The one, Matt. Clocks by Coldplay.
It is Coldplay. Oh, right. Okay. There you go.
This one's a special one.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo. I'm guessing yo.
Oh, this is no clue with this. I can't even get hardly one word, let alone.
Coming. That the
yeah.
Jim of the Fleetwood Mac. Come on. I don't know.
No, not Fleetwood Mac.
Turing test got clocks, by the way. That was good. It's none of those words make sense. What's
Or
it's
if you
Jim,
sit there and laugh
Star
and you've got the
Trekking
answers,
across
Paul.
Star Trekking across the USA, because what's he keep saying? It's trekking across the USA.
Oh right, yeah.
Clive's
yeah,
already got it.
yeah. Cannot change this strength, Jim.
I put this
Yeah.
one in especially for Clive.
Clive, because he keeps
It's
saying
worse than that. It's physics, Jim. Bitch to engine room, water factor 9. Ouch, you give it any more shit. Blown captain. The
Star
firm,
Trekking
yeah.
by the firm. There you
Star
go, Clive.
Star trekking across the universe. Always going forward because we cannot find reverse.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow.
Starboard bow. That's right. That song probably annoyed me, but at the same time, I thought it was funny.
It was fun.
Well, there you go. There's your music quiz.
Ah, thanks for that, Paul. Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. That was fun.
I needed a bit of levity.
There was a lot of bell ringing going on in my head in that one.
Ah, dear. I don't think we'll do a Bev tonight. What have we got? I do have... Oh, we did Blue, didn't we? We did Blue already. And we're listening to tune.
I mean, holy crap, that video that Blue did of Bev. I mean, how many times does he want to say the word slander in one video? I mean, jeez.
Well, in 20 minutes.
He's really rubbing it in, wasn't he? He really was.
Yes. What do you mean we don't want Dora to succeed? Of course we want Dora to succeed. She gets these songs. Here we go.
No, we definitely do not want the crazy frog. No, we don't want that.
Do you want to see a movie trailer?
Oh, go on then. I think go on then.
Come on. Yeah, this came up in my.
Oh yes, it's a documentary. I know what you're just about to play.
Yeah,
Can't see it at the moment,
yeah,
but
so
it's a new Netflix documentary about James Webb, isn't it?
Push right. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that too. Looking forward to seeing that.
People get lost in
Oh, no,
the
maybe not.
weeds and the stars
Oh, it
and
is.
everything and trying to figure it out. I say, clear your head, reset, and then look at your world. And you'll realize
that's
that
not what I was
nothing
thinking of.
will ever lead you to
Definitely
think you
not.
live on a ball except pseudoscience.
Where's the evidence for the curve?
You're David Weiss,
Where's the
innit?
evidence for the rotation? And then where's the evidence for the revolution around the sun?
Why are we not
flat
taught
earth
what
movie,
the
innit?
ancients believed? Why do we only see this image of a boat going over the edge of some water? Nobody thought that. The Egyptians, the Greek, the Mayans, they all believed this solid expanse of the sky, the earth was immovable, just like it is in the biblical text.
They didn't actually, but okay.
It just really hit me one day when I was going through the Bible, and it was like the Lord just basically said, who are you going to believe?
How did you arrive to the flat earth theory? I got into it through sheer conspiracy boredom, believe it or not.
Yep.
Hey, yeah. Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, no, it's not the one I thought.
Scan for tickets.
No,
Look,
just
you can see it in a cinema in a cinema a long way from you, actually.
yeah.
matter.
No, I was going to say there's a documentary coming out on Netflix if you're interested. I think it's coming out on the 23rd of July.
Yeah.
It's unknown. It's about the story of James Webb. You know, it's
that's
and
the unknown. They do a whole lot of.
Yeah, the unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming out on Netflix. I think.
I'm going to
next week or
subject
so.
you to the other trailer. For the
Oh God.
Shipboard emergency. Signals will be sounded from the ship's general alarm.
This is an official clip from the movie.
This is just part of Puget Sound, which is technically the Pacific Ocean. This is where the Pacific Ocean meets the northwest corner of the United States. So out of curiosity, the Nat Geo episode where they proved or tried to prove the curvature of the Earth, what are your thoughts on that? I was there. I was one of the few people that was there live on the water at the Salton Sea in Southern California. And it was an illusion from minute one. And the original experiment, which never aired, was them raising balloons on the other side of the beach, 9 miles away, we could see them with our cameras. The whole point of the experiment was they were going to raise the balloons until they could see them. It's like, no, you don't have to raise the balloons at all. We can see them right there at sea level, at Salton level.
Right. Wow.
And it was fantastic. Not blaming the production team. They sent all the footage to New York, but New York said, nope, we're not going to use it. We're going to use our backup footage, which is the raft in the middle of the water, which was, in fact, when you watch the segment, it's like, it doesn't say how far the raft is. It doesn't say how high, what the stripes represent. It's like, no, we're just going to rapid fire it really, really fast. And then hopefully people forget this. Yeah.
And they have.
And they have. Yeah. And they have. Brilliant. The mainstream media has done a fantastic job of covering this thing up.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There you go. So, where's this fantastic footage of then? Anyway, there you go. I think I've seen enough now. I don't think I need to watch that film when it comes out.
No.
Yeah. I did see this.
Can I show you something real quick before you finish?
Yeah. Why don't you show it one now?
Yeah, I will do. 1 second. Let me just get this up.
Lindsay! Oh, no, that one's Lindsay.
Oh, God, no. Too late for Lindsay.
Nah, I'm not doing Lindsay tonight. Sorry.
How do I share my screen? Share screen.
You go share screen.
Where are we? Where are we? Where are we?
You put wood paneling on the back of behind you, and you. Oh, okay. Go on.
You see that? Okay.
Yep. Hang on. They can't out in the. There we go. Now they can. Go for it. Whoa.
Oh, well, let me rewind it again then.
Why is this their plan to spray water up in the
Yeah, so this is
So the
this
next
new so-called upside-down showerhead water deluge system for the launch mount for Starship.
All right. Yeah.
So so they've got all that done. I mean, the launch mount itself is not quite ready. They've still got more to do on the launch mount itself. But
rebuild it.
Yeah, yeah. So they're just testing it, so you can see. I mean, I don't know. Did you hear any of that at all? Does the sound come through? No. Okay. All right. Well, I'll
turn the volume up. Volume's on 0. Yeah.
I'll put it on slow speed as well.
Yeah, but your volume's muted.
So,
the volume on the video is muted.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't muted, but it's not going to come through anyway, is it?
It would if it wasn't muted. Played it.
It is now because there's no point in me having it on because you're not going to hear it anyway. So I'll put it on slow speed.
Did that hit that bird? See, there's a bird.
Yeah, everybody's been commenting on that. Yeah, so that bird is no more. I think
it's a very clean bird.
Hear this. So the whole point of it is that the this water's not going to be used to absorb the sonic shock, because the metal plate that's underneath it. So the metal plate is supposed to absorb the sonic shock, and then the water really is there just to absorb the heat energy, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. I mean, there's not any kind of water deluge system out there that's anything like that. Not even close.
Cool. Well, that's going to be fun to see when they actually put another rock on it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying that that's probably not at full pressure either, because it's just the first basic test and
just
not the full length either.
Generally working.
Yeah. So, I mean... at least it's going to be better, obviously, than the so-called rock tornado. But you can see, you can kind of imagine how much amount of steam that's going to come off this thing, as well as the exhaust and stuff like. Yeah, be big to see. So yeah, there it is. I'd like to know how much water that went through that in that much short time.
Well, I was going to say, Dora's dying for some Lindsay, but if I did Lindsay, it'd have to be mini bingo. And do you know how you play mini Lindsay bingo?
Mini Lindsay bingo, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now what I do is I give you all the Lindsay bingo card, and you only have to get one word, and we can call it quits.
Oh, that's easy. Well, how many's going to be on the bingo card though?
Oh, the whole 15, the whole 25, the 25.
All right.
No, I don't think we do that.
Is that going to be the deal then, Dora? You just need to get one on the card. It won't last any more than about 30 seconds.
Yeah. No, I think we might leave Lindsay till next week, till the weekend.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
yeah, Lindsay at the weekends, Dora. Sorry, but you know.
I was gonna say, I was skipping through a little bit of our friend Iggy.
Go ahead.
I'll just seeing what else he gets up to in his list.
Skip quite a bit, I would.
Yeah, well, it was I'm sure all of it's gold. I'm just trying to see if he gets to a next point in his list or not.
Michael has got the patience of a saint. I don't know how he does it.
You can look at his face, right?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
If I pull it, you probably can't see it because it's too small. Hang on a second. See if I can. I'll turn the sound off. Let's see if we can speed it up for a sec. I don't know if you'll see it, but
5 times.
You look up here, and it's back up here. You could just see him burying his hands in his face again.
Well, he does that numerous times throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Let's see what he's talking about here.
Ball.
Okay.
And so when it came out, it triggered the other ball to drop.
Hang on a sec. Go back to. I got that one too far.
So one dropped straight down, and one went out and did a parabolic arc down, and they both hit the ground at the same time, which is somewhat counter to what people tend to think. But when you actually do the kinematics equations, you're like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. The other one that I thought was pretty cool was he had a big clear plastic tube, and he had I don't know if it was a coin or like I think it was just a nut from a hardware store, and a feather in it, and he held it up.
Obviously,
it was 4 feet tall or more, and he'd flip it around. And of course, the nut would fall and hit the ground first, and the feather would float down. But then he hooked it up to the vacuum pump, pumped out all the air, and then they both fell at the same rate.
Right.
So why is
Pretty
it
cool?
Why did they fall at the same rate?
No air resistance for the feather.
But what made them go down?
Yeah.
We don't really know, but it's definitely not gravity.
We do know, and it definitely is gravity. And I'll pay
It
somebody.
might be the word. The word's fine. The definition is not.
I'll pay somebody $10,000 to beat gravity at its own game.
Well, let's see. Would you mind if somebody already did? Let alone 2 people?
So the specific, I'll tell you the specific challenge, and then you can tell me how.
I can do more than that.
The wrong. So
I can have your ball drop faster than gravity without propulsion if you want.
Well, tell me in a second here. So the challenge specifically is, and it's written up and it's on my website. I can't edit it.
Okay. Well, I'll take a look at it.
So it is now the magnitude of the downward acceleration varies all over the Earth. You know that?
A little bit, yeah.
At different latitudes it varies. At different elevations it varies.
Wrong. Not at different latitudes at all.
Absolutely, it does. And
Go look at the GOES or go see satellite images.
Right. Satellite images don't show you the magnitude of gravity. In order to get the magnitude of gravity, you need to get an accelerometer and bring it to different locations. So there are millions of measurements of the downward acceleration all over the Earth.
Incredible.
Is that what you're
That
saying?
has nothing to do with latitude.
God.
Well, the magnitude of the downward acceleration varies all over the Earth.
It is based on density of the ground only.
And these have been measured, right? So there's more than 50 years of measurements that are precise to 9 digits or more. And so I can predict the amount of the downward acceleration for any point on the Earth by latitude, longitude, elevation. And I can output a number for it. And I can compare that to the measured downward acceleration. So we got my prediction and the actual measured amount. So the challenge is for somebody to use something other than gravity to predict the magnitude of the downward acceleration. So you've got my prediction, you've got somebody else's prediction, and you've got the actual measured value. And we each pick 5 of the previously existing values for the downward acceleration that have been measured. I pick 5, somebody else picks 5. And then we compare and see who got the better prediction, and whoever gets closer If it's me, then I win. No money changes hands. It costs nothing for people to enter. If they get it right, they get my $10,000. All right, so that's the challenge in a nutshell. What's your assertion?
Oh, well, gravity does not act in any other direction other than down. They prove that all day long. That can be a mountain tunnel. That can be a mountain tunnel. That can be a sidewalk level of a skyscraper. That can be any large boulder or a cliff that meets the ocean.
Go ahead.
There's nothing there at all to attract anything to the cliff face, to the wall of the mountain tunnel. Nothing. Can't even stick an eyelash to any of them.
Go ahead. How was this measured?
Blue, I don't know if you're still there. Can you think of anything else that might track in a different direction? Don't know if you've done anything that may sort of contradict that. But anyway.
By trying to put the eyelash on the wall when it's got hundreds of miles of mountain behind it and no gravity whatsoever.
Okay, so no measurement actually?
Down at the same time.
Nope, that's the only measurement I have.
That's not actually measurement. Okay, didn't think so. I don't know why. I don't know why I even asked. Let's see.
I try to chew as well. I try to drink as well.
Yeah.
According to gravity calculators, there must be hundreds of pounds of force.
I don't think you
in
know
that mountain tunnel.
I'm
just using the gravity calculators online. So
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't know how to do the math, but that's no surprise. All right, G Ben says another super chat for $2.
But of course, it's me who's wrong, not the.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have just show your work. I'm pretty sure you don't quite know what's going on, just like the inverse square. Larry Scott.
With your bendy water.
Larry Scott says 70s reference. He's a square, therefore inverse square law is free love and hippie inverse logic man. Larry Scott. Larry, are you from the 70s, man? Iggy, I'm taking it you are. You were alive in the 70s, is that right?
60s, yeah.
60s even. All right.
Yeah.
NS.
70s, so.
This is a good one here. NS Sherlock says 720p is a progressive HD signal format with 720 horizontal lines and 1280 columns and an aspect ratio of 16:9, normally known as widescreen HD. For reference, this video is being put out in 720p as well.
Nice.
So that is a definition of HD. There's another one, HD 1080p, for example, is another. Of course, that's a video format. There's no, to my knowledge, there's no official specified photograph format of HD.
No.
Yeah, film was pretty much HD old.
Well, it's certainly got nothing to do with telescopes.
There's actually no specific definition of HD for photographs. But I mean,
I
you could.
I would think it would be film though.
You could. It's not based on film. HD. The term HD specifically refers to broadcast video formats. So you got 480i, 480p, 720i, 720p, 1080i, 1080p. Those are the official first set of HD. They've expanded up to other stuff, 4K and 5K and 8K since then. But if you're going to be specific, 720 is the bottom end of what would be considered HD. 480 really is not HD. It's just a format that was put in to kind of match NTSC and PAL formats, even though they're actually lower resolution than 480. You know that?
I do recall it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember what they actually stand for.
And the NTSC and the PAL formats. I'm not going to say for sure on PAL. The NTSC wasn't interleaved every other line, so it start at the top, and then skip a line, skip a line, skip a line, skip a line, and then so 480i is the same thing. It's interlaced, interleaved. You said interlaced. It's interleaved.
Yep.
And so half as many. Half as much data in a 480i versus a 480p because it updates every other line every frame instead of every line every frame in 480p. So the point though is this is to HD. So if you're going to say a photograph is HD, you could potentially say that it's 1280 by 720, which is actually not a very high resolution photograph.
Yeah. And
film, like the film that they used on the Apollo missions, is significantly higher because, of course, when you just look at the molecules, the grains of silver halide on the actual film, that is significantly higher resolution. So you can actually go to the University of Arizona. They scanned all 15,000 of the Apollo mission photographs. They got a bunch of the Gemini and Mercury ones as well. and they scan them to, I think, I forget the exact specific number. You can see on the website. The resolution that they scan them to is very, very high. They tried to get it right down to the grain size of the actual film.
Wow.
So there
that
you
must
go.
be pretty fancy.
It is very large. If you download the uncompressed TIFF, it's they're giant TIFF files. So
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
all right. Mr. E-Man says Wi-Fi was made possible by the math that astrophysics have done. Take a look at CSIRO scientists win lawsuit.
Yes.
All right.
I'm unfamiliar with that, but that sounds pretty nice. DDR
How's it, guys?
Ninjet says I saw supernova in M101 with a 2.5-inch telescope.
I find that hard to believe.
2.8, but anyway.
I can
You
barely
can
see
believe it
anything
all
on
you
the
like.
numbers, something like that.
So denial doesn't count for anything. Janusz says Jupiter is too bright for James Webb. That's why. Yes. All right. 3Ron says I've seen Jupiter with my hunting spotting scope. Hunting spotting scope.
Hunting, I think.
There you go. Which is a
That's
telescope.
pretty good.
I mean, you can see it with your bare eyes, right? You don't need.
Well, yeah, but I mean, not in
it's just
detail.
it's just a point source. But yeah, you can see some detail with a P1000. So all right, randomly epic says why do trees close to my car whoosh and ones far away not whoosh?
Same reason I said. You got to pick one tree or the other. You can't have both.
What?
That's the whole point. Is that
What's
you
that
guys
got
are
to do with it?
completely ignoring it and then claiming that I'm a moron.
What on
Because the way
earth
I
is
get
he
it,
on about?
And you missed the point completely. That the tree, whatever tree you choose, there must be a difference. But it can only be the one tree. If its distance doesn't change, but your velocity does, your experience passing the tree must be dramatically different. If it's to the magnitude of 67 times faster than the other speed or 67 times slower.
I don't know. I think it's a whoosh anyway. Jeeb Jen says Sin Cleanser wants to know the volume of whoosh per second. Can you specify that in the volume of whoosh per second? Sin Cleanser, he gets confused. See, here's the random word generator. Gravity can't be created or destroyed. Silly Sin Cleanser. Randomly Epic is a new member.
It should have been created on the space station, but nope, nobody's looking for it.
What the hell does that even mean?
What I said or what he wrote?
What you said.
Mr. Green. Well, the weight of the mass or weight of the space station should be
Should
enough
have been
to
created
reestablish
on the
gravity, and yet it's
space
not.
station,
Nobody's been looking
but
for it
nobody's
either.
looking for
But there has to be a Tylenol of gravity somewhere around the middle of it.
What?
That's how you make artificial gravity, is to make real gravity. Spinning something in space does nothing. You would have a brick under a hot dog to create gravity. You would never do some giant wheel of stupidity. You would just mimic what we have on Earth. Put all the mass you can under your feet. And voila, you have real gravity that you can claim as artificial gravity because you made it.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, NASA's not even demonstrated a single attempt of a test for any artificial gravity or any real gravity on the space station or any space station.
How many space stations do you think there are?
Well, this is like the 20th.
20th?
It's the second.
What?
A total of
Skylab
3.
in the 70s.
Skylab.
Come again?
ISS.
I must have missed something then.
And the Chinese one.
I'm
I'm not gonna try to-
I've been on the times. What happened to the other 19?
Even
I
four
didn't see.
Skylabs.
Wow.
4 Skylabs.
Yeah, we did have here. 3. It's the third one. Chinese is 4th. Oh, jeez.
How's the
Not
Chinese
20.
water?
But
How's
I don't
Chinese
know.
water not escape the jar?
There doesn't even be 20 between China, Russia, and America. Yeah,
Did he just say
Stop them bouncing up.
Did he just say a brick under a hot dog makes gravity? Yeah, something like that. I have,
Yep.
I have no
Go
idea.
after it. And yet we can't make gravity and we can't manipulate it, but allegedly it exists, even though it only works in the down direction, no
But
other direction.
But we can manipulate it, and we have demonstrated it in a horizontal direction.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
With what, Cavendish?
Yeah, torsion bar is one way.
Yeah, that's just a exercise in torque. I can get that citation for you next time too.
Yeah, you're gonna need to.
But no, there are no constants of gravity in Cavendish, which means it's not gravity.
What do you mean there's no constant? What the hell do you mean that there's no
Gravity
constant?
has a constant speed of acceleration, of force. And
Well,
there's
hold
no
on.
acceleration.
Wait. A
There's no
constant.
acceleration in Cavendish.
A constant speed of
You said
acceleration.
gravity has a constant speed of
Constant
acceleration.
speed of acceleration.
Or
What?
a constant force is what I corrected myself on.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
And yeah, Cavendish does not have that. Every
What?
Cavendish experiment just lingers towards the other mass. And then it backs away. It never sticks to it. That's another constant of gravity that requires to be had, and it's never the case.
Do you not know how forces act? Because there's multiple forces. Do you know that the torsion wire has a force?
Right.
The torsion. And the gravity has a force. And if the torsion wire, if the force necessary to get the bar to twist all the way until they meet is larger than the amount of force that that gravity pulling them together exerts, then they will not touch. They should not touch.
Yeah, except for every Cavendish experiment is set up within the natural oscillation zone. The torsion bar moves by itself without a second mass being involved at all. Then the second mass is put into that range of its normal motion.
No, it
So
does not, you twat.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that from you, Blue.
Work that resists gravity is ever increasing, by the way, force.
That makes no sense at all.
Well, I can give you a citation on that. That's not a problem. I can show you a video. I can show you a video. of
Oh,
that
Blue,
actual
you got to
setup
do a video
to
on
show
that.
how they've
You
been
got to do a
aligned.
video on that.
Well, definitely
Blue, do
you're
a
going to
video
want
on
to
that.
publish that because you'll get that
That's right on YouTube.
You get that Swedish prize. CVM McCuller. CV McCuller says he's only moving 15 degrees per hour.
That's fine.
Yeah, no
You
wishing.
can think that all you want, but only the sky's spinning.
Serena's one says every university has a toilet too. I don't know why I said that.
They even have a second one that spins the other way.
Stringer.
Oh
dear.
CV McCuller says science is the epitome of Cunningham's law.
Yeah, good job, Jackie. You can learn everything from YouTube. Anything and everything.
I don't know what Cunningham's law
Jackie's
is.
got a problem with YouTube as a citation.
Oh.
Even though it's from NASA or some other scientific department of a university, all of a sudden it doesn't work if it's for the flat side.
So Cunningham's law states it's well
math
the thing is, Iggy, it's usually because people don't understand it. Case in point. Cunningham's law states the best way to get the right answer on the internet is not to ask a question. It's to post the wrong answer.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, sure.
There it is. There it is.
Yep, absolutely 100%.
Now,
Yeah, water pens too.
can you explain to me albedo?
I believe that's the aura I was talking about. The ability to reflect light back.
Yeah, reflect, not aura.
Oh, okay.
The amount of
Aura,
reflection.
but-
Yep. Yeah. So you need when you're looking at that 3.7% on the surface of Jupiter, you need to take into account not just the angle that it's hitting the surface of Jupiter and how the angle is reflecting it back, but also you need to look at the albedo of the surface of Jupiter, which of course, which is a thing. So you need to.
How do you explain daylight pictures at all on Pluto? What kind of camera settings would that be?
On Pluto?
Yeah, and the shadows they have, of course.
On the shadows that Pluto has.
Yeah, according to that NASA. NASA has daylight pictures of Pluto, and they have shadows all over the place
And how did they take those pictures?
with a camera.
Okay, and where was the camera?
Some 300,000 miles away, even.
Yeah, it was closer to Pluto than the Earth is. So why is there a problem? I don't know why there's a
to Pluto than the sun is.
What's that?
Closer to Pluto than the sun is by enormous amounts. And
What
yet
is?
You're going to sit there and tell me it's perfectly fine for Pluto to be lit by the sun for us to
Yes.
ever see in a telescope?
Yes.
You're lying through your ass again.
Why?
Because it's
So
not
you said.
possible.
So you've said, but never presented any.
I presented the citation to show you that even Mars gets less than 50% of Earth's daylight.
So?
Oh, we're back to
And
that
that's not
again.
even 2 times
Oh,
further
God.
than Earth.
So?
So the further you get, the less light you have.
Yes. And
you tell me that it's perfectly
Inversely
reasonable
squared.
for full moon's amount of light to reach Jupiter.
there's no full moon amount
Doesn't
of light. This
disappear.
is I don't know what you keep going to this for this some sort of a weird
It's
analogy.
just
It has nothing to do with it. It's not a full moon's worth of light. It's
Yes, it is.
It's
It has nothing to do with albedo. Not for Jupiter, especially.
I mean,
What?
you're only looking at like the first step of the whole process if you're going to actually do it. This is so far.
We've got half the amount of light on Mars.
So
To reflect
then what?
back to us.
Then what?
Back to us.
Okay.
Then we get to way, 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 way less for Jupiter.
Okay.
How is
Okay.
that reflecting back to us? That it glows.
What's
It is
the
one of
problem
brightest
with it?
stars in the sky.
What's the problem with it?
Because that amount of light doesn't even light the surface of Earth to glow back to anything.
It shouldn't. This isn't a thing.
Well, that's where you're lying your ass off big time.
It has nothing to
You're
do.
telling me you agree with me that it shouldn't reflect back anywhere if it's the Earth, but for Jupiter, oh no, it should
the
glow.
surface of the Earth. Reflects.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, do
But
the
did you
math.
agree with
You don't
it?
know how to do the
Did
math.
you agree with
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right. The sun. All right. Peter G says the sun is
Yeah,
around
you know,
300,000 times brighter than the moon, or 0.0003 of the brightness if your sun, like Iggy's estimation of 3%,
Not my
is
estimation.
off by a factor of 100,000. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and light a candle and go ahead and have it light your entire neighborhood then. Good luck.
The Jupiter doesn't light your entire neighborhood.
Oh god.
Jupiter is
No,
not
you're
super
saying the
bright in
sun
the
does.
sky.
You're saying the sun does.
We've just
And
gone
the sun's
through all
nothing
this,
but a
haven't we?
candle.
The sun's not a candle.
Yes,
Go
it
back
is.
to it all again.
The sun is a giant
nothing.
nuclear reactor.
Yeah, and Jupiter is the house at the end of the block that doesn't get lit by your candle. And so is Pluto and Neptune
What?
and Uranus and Saturn as well.
Why?
Could never be lit by your candle.
But it's not a candle.
And
It's
NASA
the
told you
sun.
so
It's
in
the
my
sun. It's much
citation.
brighter.
Gave you a citation
And it's
that
freaking
NASA
huge.
fully backs.
Baux is wondering if Iggy
Completely
is short for
explaining that.
ignoramus.
Mm.
Brilliant.
He doesn't. Yeah, CV McCullough says he doesn't know Earthshine is real.
And my channel is Idiocracy, of course.
Do you know what Earthshine is?
Yeah, that's not the full moon amount of light lighting the moon.
What?
Right.
We keep
It's
going
a
back to that.
full sunlit Earth lighting the moon, allegedly.
All right. The Wolf Dances says spending during a full moon, you need no headlight. Spending or speeding? Driving? Maybe driving. Maybe traveling if you're a sovereign citizen. Subsit. Jesus.
At least Jackie got something right. So.
There it is. Wolf Dances says you can ski during a full moon with no lights. Yeah.
Yeah, you did, definitely.
Yep.
You can do it without a full moon, too.
Yep. As I don't know how that relates to Jupiter, but awesome.
You should, but you won't.
Dick jokes in Bondo. Says this guy doesn't receive enough sunlight.
I was out in all day today.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Delco says it's possible. Is it possible for him to come back on for an interview hosted here? I have so many questions for my work. Would you come in? All right. So he's
Maybe you'll accept my
Delco's
citations.
to well, this would be different, I think, because Delcos is working on a paper.
Oh, okay.
And he has some questions. Anyway.
Hopefully, he's.
I'll
debunking the
Delcos, send me an email.
falsehoods.
Not your goofy AI thing, Delcos. We'll talk. Jeez. All right. Fa of the QTube family says flips aren't that bright, yet we can see them. We can. They don't emit their own light.
I got some pretty good albedo.
The family show. Melodic Lyrics says, here's your minimum wage payment for working the idiot mind struggle tonight.
Nice.
Oh, it's been
a whole bunch of yes men.
It's been hot. Yesterday was crazy hot, and tomorrow's supposed to be again. But I think we're going to go and spend the day underground.
I hope so. This summer sucked. Terrible.
Syndicate J says Iggy is almost bad enough at math that he could accidentally get a flurf to pass a class on math if he taught one.
Probably, yeah. Got a whole bunch of little cheats.
You got a bunch of little cheats.
Yeah, like tips and stuff. Just move the decimal point. Yeah, no kidding. Man.
Just move the decimal point.
Yeah.
Don't. Public service announcement. Don't just move the decimal point. That won't work.
Oh,
CV McCullough says.
That, but still.
CV McCullough says, I'm sarcastic by nature, so remember that. Jiffy Cohen says, This guy has some Marissa mannerisms, I smell. Seriously, I think you and Marissa could really have some drama.
All right. Just what I
And
want.
Siggy says, I'm drunk, high, and late, but then a wizard is never late. Hail Sagan.
The original liar.
Tell you, chapter 10, The Dragon in the Garage.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So good. So good.
And as pointless and as non-existent as the rest of this shit.
All right, Jiffy Cones comes back and says, yes, those were two unrelated sentences. Bill McGuire says Dion would have been smarter. Well, we know Dion. Dion's last name, Smo, what it rhymes with. What does Smo rhyme with?
A number of things.
Yeah. Can you think of a famous poet whose last name rhymes with Smo?
It's not I.P. Daly.
Quoth the Raven.
Charles Snow. Edgar Allan Poe.
That one. That's
Think he's a Poe?
Dion?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I don't know him at all, so.
It's a PG Tony's. You see that? All right, that's it. That's a good one.
His rock has a pet primate.
Let's burn some calories on that one.
All right. Immersive says Iggy, is a full moon's amount of sunlight more or less than the amount of sunlight that hits the Earth?
I can't quite see it.
Is a
Less.
full. It is. You say a full moon's amount of sunlight is is it more or less than the amount of sunlight that hits the Earth? More or less? You said your
That
answer
is
was
less.
Less.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're talking about it reflecting back to us, I'm assuming, but
Yep. It's yep. Right. And you hear that? You hear those cars?
at the daughters or
There's been the daughters.
I don't know if you have kids or not. So.
Yeah, I got 33 kids.
Nice.
17 boys and 17 girls. There's so it's a Tuesday night at the scenic overlook over Bagnell Dam, and there's a lot of traffic. I think they're mostly kids doing what kids do. Siggy says Ben. Well, I think they might be doing what Siggy is doing. Siggy says he's been smoking the devil's lettuce since he was 14. I turned 44 this month, and I'm not as messed up as Iggy. Let that sink in. Hail Saga. he didn't quite. He didn't quite get it. He didn't quite spell that right. And then King Crew says, "Everyone give a googe thank you to Siggy. A googe thank you.
A googe thank you."
So there, the googe thank you. All right. Oh, that went. Did he? And I missed it. I don't know. Did he do a? Oh, there it is. Yep, he did a 50 memberships. So and we're still working on. Well, I mean, like. Here's
shrink it a little though.
Yeah, let's see here. I'll tell you what, I'll put it, can I put it? There it is. Put a full screen. This is it's a screenshot of the email. So there it is. All right, people, there it is. There's the full list. I'll put it, you can screenshot it. I'll get this super chat off the screen too. Boom. There you go. Screenshot.
What do we got here? Lack of even space station or shuttle on their polar orbits traveling Earth's face 17 times faster than completely inaccurate. Nothing spin speed since day one. The ISS tracker website have only ever depicted the ISS as one orbit per full day, and therefore 1,000 miles per instead of 16 times. What? That's not true.
What about this one? I kind of making sense of this one. Solar eclipses that have only 70-mile wide umbra and have a penumbra at all. What? Sorry, but that only could ever match a flat Earth model and never the ball model.
No.
Okay.
Tide explanation as moon tugging on our oceans only, not lakes, as nor trees leaves. As,
Yeah.
Yeah, as
And there's a pudding skin and not a backward rain.
Rain.
What? Backwards. Oh, God. Can anybody translate gibberish? I don't speak
I
gibberish.
think what
very
he's
well.
trying to say is that the moon pulls on the big bodies of water, right? Well, but it doesn't pull on the rain, so the rain should be heading back up towards the moon, right?
Oh, right, yeah. The lakes thing as well, that there's no tides. There is tides of lakes.
There is
They're
tides
so
on
small,
lakes, yes, if they're big enough to measure, yeah. Ah, dear.
Yeah, no understanding how gravity works.
The instance of a Barry centre, but no must be absurd dramatic effects noticeable by all humanity's existence yet.
What?
That's number 11.
Come again? Yeah, I know. Distance of a Barry centre, but no must be absurdly what? English, and this is not English. Actually.
No, it's not. Okay, the overwhelming inability of the space station's camera forgetting to include Earth's atmosphere and also changing its magnitude on days, not weeks or months, when they feel like including it again.
Which one is this one?
Number 6.
Oh. The inability of the space station's cameras forgetting to include Earth's atmosphere.
Do you think he thinks that the Earth's atmosphere is really big? Because from the ISS, it's not very thick at all.
No, there's some atmosphere on the moon, but it's just pretty much immeasurable. Changing its magnitude on the what? What do you mean? The overwhelming inability of the space station's cameras forgetting to include the Earth's atmosphere, and also changing its magnitude on the days, not weeks or months.
This is what happens when you have no formal education.
Do feel like it, including it again.
That's it. I just don't make
Camera. What does it mean? Camera targeting the Earth's atmosphere.
I think he's trying to say that rather than just saying, this is how I think what he's saying, that photos from the space station don't include Earth's atmosphere, and that they change on different days, and its magnitude changes on different days.
What does he expect the cameras to pick up in terms of the atmosphere? Then I don't really
know.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. So many questions, but I don't know which questions to ask.
The Big Bang Theory. Maybe you're aware of the experiment or demonstration. It shows matter multiples, duplicates, or procreates. Because no one else knows of any such things. Isn't it scientific theory supposed to be of utmost thought, security and collection of scrutiny, I think, and collection of facts.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be saying scrutiny.
Scrutiny.
And collection of facts.
Is he suggesting that they're saying in the Big Bang Theory it's creating matter?
It shows matter multiples, duplicates, and procreates. I think he kind of insinuating that, isn't he?
Yeah,
because no one else knows of any such
you can't create matter, but somehow the Big Bang Theory is saying that's happening. I don't know.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe. I'm just guessing.
String theory. He's talking about string theory, the next one. Oh, God.
Based on absolutely no facts, nor even evidence, or fake field again, just throws the door open and welcomes it right in. It makes no sense after all that only Earth has parents birthing any children, according to space science communities. I don't think string theory is a big thing anymore, is it?
Well, that's just classic. You know, if it doesn't make sense, therefore it doesn't exist. I mean, there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me. There's a lot of things that I don't know or understand, but I'm not just going to say, well, then it doesn't exist if I can't understand it. No, well, then if I want to, I'll learn. You know.
I like this one. Not only perfectly round circles ever presented in almost 60 years of Earth from space pictures, but now it's okay that we decided we're suddenly oval with no regard of any effect on any other all of our satellites.
Absolute gibberish. Only
could say
perfectly
that.
round circles ever
I
presented.
think he's trying to suggest that, oh, well, now they're not saying Earth is not round. Well, actually, they've been saying Earth is not round for a long time. Yes. And trying to indicate that somehow that affects how they would orbit the Earth.
Yeah, and he said, but now it's okay that we decided we're suddenly oval. What's oval? With no regard
The Earth.
of any effect of what the Earth he's talking about. Any effect of the.
We didn't suddenly decide it. We've known that for a long
satellites.
time. But from the pictures from space, you can just make it out.
Not really. Not really.
Well, if the picture's far enough away,
Mm.
people measuring the one side to the other, you can.
If you measure it, but I think with the naked eye, I think you'd struggle to see it.
No, you can't see it. You have to measure it. Sorry.
Yeah, measure it. Yeah, you can, obviously, without doubt.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. 1 through 3.
Last one. Okay. Earth from space pictures and video only ever the Mercator projection is relayed, and yet only Galpeter's type of projection would actually be the only possible procurement. But you all are also plenty happy with our many pictures and videos of almost any shade of lighter blue. As we must
lighter
regularly
blues,
have a swimming pool ocean throughout any year. No? What's
gibberish.
he all about? First of all, what's his space pictures and video only? What space pictures do we show Mercator projection in? Mercator projection. I don't know anyone like that.
I've got a clue what he's talking about. Happy with our many pictures and videos of almost any shade of lighter blues. But what?
Yes, he doesn't like the color corrections.
No.
Maybe, yeah. It's kind of what I'm getting. And we must regularly have a swimming pool ocean throughout any year. What's that about?
I think because they're a bluish colour, but the colours vary in almost all photos. It's not exactly the same blue all the way through.
No.
And sometimes it's green, sometimes it's black.
Different cameras, different sensors, different focal lengths, and all sorts.
But just my spelling is bad, but the grammar and the construction.
There's no grammar in it at all. There's no construction of any kind of sentence there at all that can make any kind of sense.
Do you think it reads back any of this? Because how can it? Okay.
But he seems. He talks absolute nonsense. But at least his sentences, you can understand what he's going on about.
But
so what? Why can't he put it on paper? I don't get it. What's why? Oh dear me.
Yeah, I think that's what he's suggesting, Dora. That it's, but they're not. They're only just using that as a map to sort of indicate where they are. But yeah, they're not pictures from the space. They're just a map of where the object is.
Well, if you want to track, say, the ISS, you're gonna have to use some sort of projection, unless you're gonna have some sort of projected sort of like three-dimensional globe in front of you that you can actually see. It's not going to work, is it? There's the most practical means of doing it. So I don't understand what the issue is.
13 all on the screen at the same time.
Okay, let's see.
So screenshot that. You can read it later. And we made it up to 4. but I think next time we should start with 4 and actually apply the math.
I'd rather not. I'm not going to get into any math. I'm not good at math. And,
I believe you.
Everything you tell me I do with
You
math
don't
anyway
say.
is wrong. So
That's good.
the gravity calculators online are wrong.
And he wants to include the inverse square law. You know, he doesn't want to do the math.
Does Bislin have a gravity calculator?
No, not gravity, but he has a so-called curvature calculator.
Yes, yeah, that one is a correct application of the globe model.
Yeah, so says you. You didn't use it until he gave it a severe refraction ability, which air never has.
Which air doesn't refract?
It never has a severe refraction.
Well, that'd be wrong.
No, it wouldn't be.
I can.
The severe of air. The severe of air is almost vacuum as well as non-severe.
What?
Yes. He gets rid of all the zeros in the refraction index of air. He's using dip correction only. He doesn't use the index of air's refraction whatsoever.
Look, it's an application of math. You already said you can't do math. So
I can do enough math.
No, you can't.
No, that real refraction is only 1 foot every 60 miles. You can look that up.
It's just pulling stuff out of where.
I can show you his math compared to my math if you want.
Gosh. All right. Randomly Epic says, all right, I already covered that.
But liquids and solids refraction is what you guys deal in. That's why he didn't do Chicago until he gave that ability to do liquids and solids.
Delco says, sent the email and we can measure the speed of light live if you'd like. I'd love to see what he thinks is happening with that. That's Delcos who wants to interview you for that thing he's doing there.
Email goes at the speed of light?
No.
Like radio does now too, right?
It's not quite. Well, I mean, radio, yes. Radio is photons, which travel.
But of course, we have a 10 or 14 second delay to the space station.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, not
but
that.
That's speed of light. That's
No.
speed of light. So close to the speed of light.
No, that's because it's going through multiple bounces.
Oh, sure. 14 seconds worth. And then they disappear early on into any conversation, just like they did for Nixon with the first moon landing.
What the hell are
disappeared. Any time delay disappears with NASA.
The time delay didn't disappear with that.
They always disappear.
No, it did not.
No, they don't.
Ever since Nixon.
Oh my God.
I can give you a demonstration of that.
Immersive says, Tune, do you have to bootleg your large tabs when in Minnesota? Yeah. I just have I don't have. They're not large, but yeah, Minnesota. I get it.
Do you bring them with you, really, or?
I did not bring my tab cans with me today. I just have the Yogi mug,
right?
And my here you go, just right off screen. There. This is look at that. You can see a little. This isn't tab. It's actually just Zevia.
I thought it was Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Just by the colors.
I live in Minnesota. It's Caribou Coffee.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't like it too much, but
Daryl Frost, and I don't know offhand. Daryl Frost says 1,000 watts in sunlight on Earth. Melodic is wrong. Earth is about 1,000 watts per square meter in direct sunlight. Well,
nice.
I will definitely before next time I'll have that ready to go. I'll have to look it up. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl and Melodic Lyrics. Maybe you're both right. Maybe you're both wrong. You can't both be right. Either one is right or the other's right, or you're both wrong. So, Kiwi Bob says, Iggy, you've been incredibly entertaining. Thank you for making me laugh. And then Dick Jokes in Bondo says, move the decimal, carry the 2, Earth is flat.
So what is it?
All right. Eric Burns, who is an astronomer, says the supernova of 1054 created the Crab Nebula.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we witnessed that. Wow, that's amazing. No, we didn't.
Well, you and I didn't, but people were there.
Sure they were, yeah. So the story goes, but.
All right, denial doesn't win anything. Just so you know, denialism is just a white flag. Just automatic defeat if you have denial. So, CD McCullough says, Iggy,
saving all night for your side.
Please explain the dark side of the moon.
You mean when Orion was up there? When the moon that it was on the side of was dark, but Earth was fully lit? You know, the impossibility of that.
Yeah.
When the side of the camera side of the spacecraft is lit.
No.
But otherwise, we don't have any proof of a dark side of the moon whatsoever.
Oh, God.
Other than the lots of photographs from it.
No.
Yeah.
That's
And the
all
people
NASA
that-
only.
And the people
No,
that have been
no
there.
amateurs have ever taken a picture of anything dark side.
But the lack of an amateur taking a photograph of it doesn't actually make the photographs that do exist of it stop existing.
Yeah, but you don't know if it's just a disc facing downward, and it may not have a dark side at all. Maybe lit on that side as well.
Well, it is lit. It's a misnomer to call it the dark side.
Well, yeah.
I mean, same light, fully lit.
It's the far
don't
side.
know.
The far side. Yeah, we do.
No, we
Because
don't.
people have been there.
No, people have not been there. Nobody has been there.
Well,
yes.
that would be
A
wrong.
claim of a satellite showing a swimming pool ocean
Yes.
of
Apollo
Earth off in the
8
distance is completely
was the first
fake
time.
claim.
Yeah, I mean, people have been there.
Apollo 8, Apollo 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Denial doesn't
16,
do anything.
and
You actually have
17.
to support your claim.
Why didn't we land then?
We did several times.
Not on the dark side that I know of, other than
Oh, you
claim
don't have
of-
to. No, nobody.
If
No
it's
people landed
periodically
on.
dark, then that's one thing. But
People did not land on the far side of the moon. No, they when they landed on the near side.
right,
Yep. Dr. Tapioca Weasel is a new member. That's a fun name. Thank you for that. Now, this is an interesting one. A comment from a flat earther. Random Truth, a flat earther, says, it's almost like MC Toon gets the lowest of low flat earthers to debate. I feel sorry for all the globers who follow his deception. So, Random Truth is saying that you are the lowest of the low flat earthers. That's a flat earther saying that
he
to you.
doesn't understand anything. He's not a real flat earther whatsoever.
So you're saying Random Truth is not a real flat earther, and Random Truth is saying that you're not a real flat earther.
No, he's called me an idiot.
It's
That's
a
not a flat earther though.
what's that?
He's just saying I'm an idiot, not that I'm not a flat earther.
Okay, so he does agree that you are a flat earther.
He has no measure of.
And I keep and and occasionally some flat earther comes along claiming
Even
that
as even a fellow flat earther
they
thinks
know
he's
the
an
real
idiot.
flat earthers and that I don't ever have the real flat earthers on. I'm like every time like
So if
Random
an idiot
Truth,
is called an
if
idiot,
you think that you are the real flat earther, MCToon at mctoon.net, and you can come on and you can be the real true flat earther.
Yeah, because he'll just deny everything anyway, just like he did tonight.
Pollum47 says send a Discord DM of a comet ripped apart by sun. Oh, that's interesting. Should we pull that up quick?
Nice.
Let's see. What happened to Comet ISON? So, what is this video here? It's an animated GIF, so it's not a high quality one. What are we sharing here? That's that one. All right, there it is. There's a comet that coming in from the right side there. And then going, yep, it looks like it came around the sun there. And there it is, going off towards the top. Looks like. There it is. I don't have any context to this, but it does on the top right there, sort of. It looks like it's coming.
Looks
apart.
like it's going extinct, and yet
There it is.
astronomy
Yeah,
doesn't know
it's up.
about it and hasn't listed it.
Well, I mean,
And that's
maybe you
from
you just
2013. So,
maybe you
Doesn't
just are
necessarily mean
unaware
that's
of it.
extinct.
So,
well, I've
yeah.
looked it up recently, and there's 0 comets or any other bodies that have ever gone extinct. All are theorized to have gone extinct.
Rubbish.
In
Rubbish.
that list, none have ever been witnessed nor
So,
documented.
well, we saw that one, and then here is, hey, look at that. It's NASA says, what happened to Comet ISON?
Right.
December
Look at that
14,
one.
2013. Astronomers have long known that some comets like it hot. Several of the greatest comets in history have flown close to the sun, puffing themselves up with solar heat before they became naked eye wonders in the night sky. Some comets like it hot, but Comet ISON was not one of them. The much anticipated flyby of the sun by Comet ISON on Thanksgiving Day 2013 is over, and instead becoming a great comet, it fell apart. So there it is. So somebody does know about it, just you did not know about it.
That's one and only, and it's still not on the list of extincts.
Well, I mean, it's right there.
It was the first one in history, and yet they still didn't find it important enough to list.
So I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's right there, and I just sent you that email. So
It's not the list I'm talking about.
It's right there,
Talking about the list of extincts.
right there.
I understand that. It's right.
All right. So whatever your list you saw didn't include that. Doesn't make that one doesn't happen. That one.
We'll see if it
did
comes
exist.
back. They've found water on the moon 4 times now, for the first time, that is.
All right, whatever. Crashes says, I will debate Iggy on sun GPS and pressure gradient. Crashes wants a piece.
Sun GPS.
PhD Tony says, if there is no dark side of the moon, how does your guest explain lunar libration?
I don't.
Yeah, good question.
You don't.
But I mean, you have to.
I don't know what it is actually. I used to know a lot of this stuff, but I forgot about it
How can you not know about lunar libration when you're smarter than every astronomer?
because I don't need the garbage anymore of the story that is not backed up by much of anything other than NASA and its manipulation of the truth.
Oh, it didn't work out. All right. Well. Anyway, lunar libration is the we see more than 50% of the moon. There's a little bit of a shift side to side. You see, so we see about 58% of the total of the moon.
Is that possible for a ball?
Yes. Yeah. We don't see 58%.
Or just a rounded surface?
We don't see 58%
only possible
of the
on a
time.
ball.
We see 58% because here we go. Turns a little bit. You see, so you can only see half of the front of this, or half of this whole thing.
Not at once.
Right. But when if I do this, you see a little more of it total, right?
Yeah, it just means you're looking at a rounded surface, if anything.
A spherical.
But not a sphere.
Yeah,
at
spherical.
All.
Yeah.
No.
So.
A snow cap, maybe.
Yes.
It doesn't work on a rounded surface.
Candy.
I don't know what you mean by that, but.
Snow cap candy is a dome-shaped candy. That is a flat back.
Okay.
What?
That's all you can claim for Earth also.
All right,
you can't measure radius.
I measured it myself 4 times.
You can't measure radius on a sphere.
But I actually did. So
you can't. It's impossible. Radius and diameter do not exist on a
What
sphere.
is he talking about?
All right, here you go.
You're lying.
Here is libration. So this is
a wobble.
What we see of the moon.
Otherwise known as.
We see it gets slightly larger and smaller throughout time. It wobbles a little bit in its perspective, not its perspective, the orientation. Plus, we see the left to right kind of more and less of it. So this is what we see. This is not actual photographs of it. This is I just grabbed this first. Yeah, this is the first one I could get. There are some, but because of cloud cover and stuff like that, you can't get them all.
Right.
But yeah, this is what we see. And you can see that, like, if you look at the right side, there's a spot on the right side. There you go. You just see it, and it's more towards the front, and then it kind of moves back a little bit. So we see more than half of the moon. That's the point. That's libration. So can't explain that for flat Earth. No surprise.
I just did. Being a snow cap at best is all anybody can prove.
So all right.
Well,
yeah,
the
when you
sunset
put a
you're
solar
seeing
filter,
is only half of its travel, if that.
when you see us, gosh, it's just this.
I can show you the sun dissolving into the atmosphere and even
Without a solar, of course, without a solar filter. All right, but you put a solar filter on it, you actually see the size of the sun.
With a solar filter, everything, if you need it, which you don't in that case.
And of course, it's very important. The sun can never be below 10.5 degrees above horizon. That's the most important thing. An application of geometry. All right, I got to turn off.
How does that work on your ball for a sunset?
We predict it down to the minute. So
how is that a prediction that ever happens? Does it ever happen?
Here is the sun rising by flat earther Philip A. Rockholt on a P900 with a solar filter.
Okay.
That's the sun rising there, just coming
What's
up.
altitude?
His altitude, he's at a pretty low altitude. He lives in LA.
Yeah, you have to go to higher altitude.
This is the middle of this later in the day.
You need either a drone or you need to travel up the mountain, and then you can see the sun's full travel.
And Lord is growing time. Yes.
Smaller.
All right, so here it is. Here's the sunset with the solar filter. Again, from flat earther Philip A. Rockholt.
Yeah. So what's he trying to prove?
Well,
they just shot it, and that's it.
I suggested to him that he get a solar filter, and he did, and then he blocked me when I'm like, thanks.
I don't see any claims in the videos. He's just trying out a solar filter, is all.
Yeah. All right, here's another one. Here's the sun not shrinking as it sets into
Why
the
would it
horizon.
shrink in such a small travel?
If it were, I mean, that's your claim, is that it's
The car doesn't shrink when it drives past you.
Yeah, when it's, oh
You
my
can
gosh.
go ahead and take a 20-foot section is about the equivalent of what you're looking at. It won't get smaller.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Noticeably.
As things get farther away, they get smaller. You didn't know that?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You guys won't even look at
That's
the
Wolfie.
videos that are numerous out there showing you that the sun does shrink. I have some still shots of time lapse from people who were outside the argument entirely. I can provide those next time as well.
All right. So
if
here we
there is
got the sun setting. It doesn't shrink into a dot. It doesn't dissolve into the atmosphere. It's just
right. You're not at the right elevation.
The elevation doesn't change any of that. That's silly.
You're wrong. You're very wrong.
Ridiculous claim.
You haven't looked into it.
I certainly have.
You have not. Not even close. If you've never seen it
There you go.
dissolve into
Look at
the
that.
atmosphere, you don't know
Look at
anything about it. You've never seen a green flashing.
There it goes. Look,
Ah.
and it's gone.
Staying the same size.
Yeah,
Completely impossible
10
on
feet.
flat Earth. Totally
Ridiculous
impossible.
people we are.
There it is. This is the sun setting. It's getting obstructed by the horizon instead of just shrinking into a dot.
By your perspective.
The perspective doesn't cause things to be obstructed partially.
Sure.
Perspective causes things to get smaller with increasing distance. That's what perspective does.
Oh, it's right.
Yeah, same size from sunrise to sunset.
Wrong. I'll show you the time-lapse photography of others.
It's where we're looking at right now.
This is not.
Oh, dear. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
There we go.
Still haven't been able to get a flat earther to actually resolve a sun once it's after sunset with a telescope.
No. Or the
Never been
birds to
done.
go back.
Despite the claim that you can.
Yeah. A lot of claims. Oh, well, I think it's time for bed, sensitivity.
It's not my bedtime yet. Tell me to go to bed.
I'm telling you to bed. Listen to your elders.
Too early for me.
Yeah, no, it's not too early for me. I'm sure Paul's got to get up early to try and fix the litter spreader before he has to get the shovel out. And I'll have another show on Saturday. So if you guys wanted to say goodnight to the Peanuts while I find the stop button.
Good night.
Good night, Peanuts.
Good night, Peanuts. And
Good night, Peanuts.
good night. And we'll see those that come. We'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you all. I'll see you then.
All right. Right, guys, catch you later.